Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Hello, dear.
¿Qué pasa? What was it? ¿Qué pasó?
Oh, so now she's
Hello, good evening.
There you go.
How you doing?
Yeah, there you go. Now it's all of a
In the
sudden.
words of Big Tex, howdy, y'all. It's time for the fair hand. So, yeah.
Okay.
What it do, bud?
Hey, not a lot, baby. Welcome to another episode of Melanated. Thought we talk about things that affect the black community. I am Reggio.
And I am Mimi the lady.
And what a lovely lady she is. She was looking good in the pink today, y'all.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, she was. Looking all sexy in her pink.
It was Pink Day at church today in honor of breast cancer.
Right.
So I had to represent because pink is my favorite color.
Oh, yeah, she did, man. She represented that thing. She really did.
Thank you.
All right, y'all. Today's topic is one that we talked about several times before. My wife's favorite president.
Mm-hmm.
And I am being sarcastic.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Donald J. Trump.
Shout out to co-host Marvin Tangerine Tammy.
There you go, man. Hold on, these mics are peaking a little bit. Hold on, let me try it down. All right. But anyway, yeah, that's what we're talking about today, man. It's going to mostly be a politics show today. So, in the words of Houdini, sit back, relax, put on your headgear, get ready for a trip to the atmosphere. Going to take you for a ride on the Twilight Zone. We don't need a spaceship. We use our microphones. Oh,
damn right. Show you right.
But you know, babe. I'm going to talk about this a little bit later on. But it amazes me how this man has not been to any debates. B, is on trial right now and is about to go to prison, and he is still ahead in the polls.
Some people might say that that's a bad man. He don't follow the masses.
No.
He do what he want to do, and he still have favor with American people.
That's saying a lot, though,
That
man.
says a lot about us.
Yeah, it really does.
That we would rather put a criminal up for fraud. A couple of years ago, he was touching pussy, and now he up for fraud and overstaying his taxes and talking about money he don't have.
Right.
And that's who we want to lead the country. Way to go, America.
I just saw a poll recently that he is no longer in the Forbes top 500.
No, because of this case.
Yeah.
Yeah, they actually went in and finally got copies of his tax record. They realized he been overstaying his money for years get loans and get all the Trump Towers and all that stuff.
Last time I heard, now correct me if I'm wrong, babe, ain't that tax fraud?
That's what I'm saying. He up for fraud, touching pussy, lying about, I need about 11,000 more votes to win. He didn't get it. Then he going to encourage some people from January 6th to come up there and do a bunch of stuff. And that's who we're trying to put back in office.
Well,
all righty now.
Well, I'm just saying, man, I'm not a Trump fan by any stretch of the imagination. Anybody that has listened to this podcast for the past, going on 3 years now, baby?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Knows that I'm not a Donald Trump fan at all. I never have been. Never will be. I'm not going to say anything bad about the man, but I ain't going to say anything good about him either.
I mean, in a situation like this, what can you say? He showed you up front
who he was,
and he never wavered from
right,
it.
Exactly. I mean,
the whole 4 years.
Right, exactly. I mean, that's my whole point. I mean, it's just like Minister Louis Farrakhan said, with Donald Trump, what you see is what you get.
Absolutely.
I mean, he's straight no chaser, and I ain't mad at that. You can't do anything but respect a person like that.
When they come to you straight from what they say, the cuff.
Yeah.
How you gonna get mad at that?
For real, he was who he was off the rip, plain and simple. Mm-hmm. So you can't get mad at that. But
I will say thank you because I didn't lose no sleep, wondering what was gonna come for it. He pretty much told you I ain't doing nothing for none of y'all.
That's pretty much what he said.
It's pretty much about me and my family. Me and my family finna benefit off this.
Exactly, that's exactly what's going on. Ain't his son Donald Trump Jr. up going to jail for some shit too?
Hey, something going on with him, yeah. It's kind of funny how they started with Biden's son. Now they started on his son.
Well,
it is his son or his son-in-law, one of them.
No, it's his son, Donald Trump Jr.
Yeah, his son, yeah. Mm-hmm. I said, that's funny, though. The man said what he going to say, and then now it's like, what's happening now? Is that karma?
That's what I would call it. But, that's just me.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, get the music cracking. Yeah. Back on Mr. Donald Trump, man. I mean, you got to think about this. He has a pretty good chance of winning this whole thing. A real good chance of it. Again.
Dos?
Yeah, 2 times. He will be the second president to serve 2 non-consecutive terms. If he wins. So, yeah. That's something to consider, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, I don't know. We have to look at a few things on that. But, yeah. He's leading on the Republican ticket right about now.
Yeah. I was just looking at a poll earlier, and he is pretty much, what they say, ahead of the game.
Way ahead, from what I understand.
Like right now, he's trolling at 45%, 44%, and the closest one to him is, of course, DeSantis.
Oh, man. Yeah.
And he's like favorable 31. That's not, Close to me would be like Trump has 45, DeSantis has 44, or Biden they're tied or something like that. That's a big gap.
That's a really big gap.
Because if they were voting today, that means Trump would take it and he would win.
Without question.
Without a doubt. You don't have to look for no more votes. He will literally fair and clear, honestly cut dry.
Win the Republican ticket. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and win the presidency as well.
Win the presidency because Biden's running too, and Biden's behind him. And it's not too many Democrats running, so we might be having another Republican Party presidency.
Well, think about this: the Republicans pretty much run the House and the Senate.
They can't even get it together now. They done fired the House Speaker. Now they asking him to come. It's just so much with this politics. I just don't get it.
Well, like I said, Doc, and I just pinged Mike, and I hope he's listening. It's going to be a strictly politics show today. So that's pretty much what we're going to focus on. It's mostly politics and see what's going on because it's a lot of people out here that have no idea as to what to do.
It's just confusion because
it's a lot of it.
The part that I know we'll talk about later on the show, but I just want to point this out. When Biden said, "You're not black unless you vote for me," or something like that, he said,
yeah.
What has he done?
Not a damn thing.
So you're gonna lose votes this semester, this election, because of you saying that little statement and you haven't done anything to show yourself approval for what you promised.
Exactly. So I kept telling people whenever he got elected, if you thought Trump was bad, wait a minute. I wasn't wrong. But
black people, we do give you a chance, but you can't keep duping us too long. Your homeboy said it, he did just enough. Now you saying it, we don't give you 3 chances.
Well, yeah, that's true. That's very true. So, but anyway,
I hear one poll. It says Trump has 58% and Biden has 17%.
That's a lot, man.
That's and this was just taken yesterday.
But here's the funny part about
Arkansas.
But check this out, though. There are more people supporting Trump than Biden now. Black people, I should say.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You promised us that if you're not black, you're like, okay, well, maybe you're right. Because you were homeboys with Obama, blah, 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 blah. They voted for him again, and now you still ain't done nothing. And so they're like, okay. Maybe I give Tangerine a try.
Well, that's exactly what people are trying to do. They're trying to figure out which avenue to go.
It might just be a lot of people just don't vote.
Exactly.
Which is, our ancestors.
That's your American right.
Yeah, our ancestors fought for our right to vote. But when you not even confused, there's like nothing out there to distinguish with or to attach to.
Right.
Someone that you share the same values and reciprocate what they're saying and what they're trying to do with this country.
Yeah.
What's out there to choose from?
Right.
So
that's not very much to choose from, to be honest with you. That's the reason why I didn't vote last cycle. Because I didn't like Biden and I didn't like Trump. So what's the point in me voting? Everybody kept on saying, man, not voting at all, just like voting for Trump. No, not voting is me not voting. Nobody's getting my vote. Trump ain't getting it and Biden ain't getting it. That's the whole point. I didn't vote for a reason. I'm not going to vote blindly just because. That's the dumbest thing that anybody could do, in my opinion. If you want to vote, vote. I would never tell anybody not to vote. I'm just not going to do it.
That's the same thing as like for a long time, we as black people, our ancestors, well, at least in my family, they would say, don't even think about it. Just go in the poll and straight Democrat ticket.
Yes.
Don't care who was on there, what their views was, or anything.
Exactly.
We can't have that mindset anymore.
No, we got
some wicked Democrats out here too.
Oh yeah, Democrats are just as racist as Republicans are. At least the Republicans will let you know. See, here's the thing about it. I've said this on the show before. There's two kinds of people. You got the kind of people that will throw a rock and stand right there while you watch them throw it, and you got some that'll throw the rocks and hide their hands. That's what the Democrats do. They'll throw a rock and hide their hands. The Republicans will throw that rock and say, "Yeah, I threw it. So now what?" So it's, I mean, and don't try to shame me into that lesser of the two evils bullshit either, because that's not going to work. Because there is no less of a two evil. You got a mass murderer on one hand and you got a child molester on the other. Both of them are evil. There's no less of the two. They both going to hell according to the Bible. So so there's no less of the two evils. So missing with that one too, and start trying to shame into saying, "Oh, your ancestors fought for your right to vote." No, my ancestors fought for my right not to be stupid with my vote.
Right, exactly.
So but we'll get more into that later on. But anyway, let's get to these books, baby.
Alrighty.
Books every black person should read at least once in their lifetime. And I got a few books here. Just 3. And these books are going to tie in to my lovely wife's Bold Words from a Black Woman. First book that I have, Revolutionary Suicide by Mr. Huey P. Newton. It's pretty much his autobiography. He tells about his life in pre-Black Panther and post-Black Panther. So people need to check that out. It's a very good read, man. It came out a long time ago. Damn, it came out in the 70s. And if you haven't read this book, man, you're really missing out. Another one, Seize the Time by Bobby Seale, the story of Black Panther Party and Mr. Huey P. Newton. This is pretty much an autobiography as well, but it's the other part of the Black Panther Party. I think he was like the second in command or something like that under Huey. But Bobby, thing about Bobby Seale though is that he had to go into exile in Cuba until the heat died down, until it was okay for him to come back to the United States, and he just came back in 07, 08, something like that. And it might have been sooner than that. I have to look it up. But anyway, he has since then created his own barbecue sauce, and it's doing very well in sales, from what I understand.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah. So, but check that book out. That's a good one. Third, and last one, Eldridge Cleaver's Soul on Ice. He was like the minister of education of the Black Panther Party. Very pivotal book. This book was on the New York Times bestseller list for a while. So people need to definitely check that book out. This was the first one that I read. I read this one first, and then I read Soul on, and then I read Seize the Time, and then the last one I read was Revolutionary Suicide. So definitely read all 3 of those books. So those are some good reads, y'all. Check them out. And here comes my favorite part of the show, because my wife came up with the idea. Bold Words from a Black Woman. What do you have today? I know you got a good one.
Well, the reason why I sent you the picture of the Black Panther Party.
Let me post it. Okay, go ahead.
Is because today, October 15th in 1966, was officially the start of the Black Panther Party.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's what's up.
Founded in 1966 in Oakland, California, the Black Panther Party for Self-Defense was the era's most influential militant black power organization. Its members confronted politicians, challenged the police, and protected black citizens from brutality.
Oh, that's what's up.
I know they're still strong now, but are they as strong as they were when they started in 1966?
Well,
good question.
The problem that I don't really see a problem with the Black Panther Party at all. But the new Black Panther Party that's out right now, the only issue that I see with those brothers is that there's no unity amongst them. They don't have any cohesiveness. If they had that, the new Black Panther Party would be off the chain.
Well, it did say, some people ask what was the purpose of the Black Panther Party.
It says right in the title.
It says it was a revolutionary organization with an ideology of black nationalism, socialism, and armed self-defense, particularly against police brutality.
Right. Well, when they formed in Oakland in the late 60s, police brutality And I always tell people this, man. Just because you see it on camera now doesn't mean that police brutality is something new. I've had to tell people that for the longest time, especially white people. They think that, this is just a few bad cops. No. This has been going on for a long time. You're just not seeing it. And now that you see it, you don't want to believe it with your own two eyes. You think it's a bunch of bullshit. They're just resisting arrest. They said the very same thing back then, too. And they weren't. So that's the reason why the Black Panther Party was formed, for self-defense. Nothing more, nothing less. Just because you see a black man with a gun does not mean that they're militant. Okay? They just, the public, the media, put that militant stigma on them. And that's what the problem was with that. But they weren't really militant at all. They weren't violent unless you were violent with them. So.
And people always ask, when did they start expanding from California? From California. So in the spring of 1968 is when they officially charted other chapters in other states. So they started moving around the country in 1968.
Right here in Dallas, they have a chapter here.
Yeah, like I was telling you earlier, I don't know how far he got into it, but one of my uncles was part of it. He used to talk about it a lot, but like I said, I don't know, did he ever meet any of the famous, like the Hueys and all that, but he was heavy in it, and then for some reason he just kind of like died down. I don't know, something happened that he didn't like, or he just, I don't know what happened, but he was part of it for a while, which was pretty remarkable to say that cool, I had one, especially what they fought for and what they stood for.
Yeah, that's really cool. That's really cool. So, but yeah, that was interesting, man. Yeah, okay. Happy birthday.
And I chose those pictures because you can see that women were a part of this.
No doubt about it. Women were just as much a part of the Black Panther movement as the brothers were. As a matter of fact, Angela. Well, no, she wasn't part of Black Panther. She was part of She was part of the Black Guerrilla family.
But, the Guerrilla. Okay, I knew it was something because she was Black.
but
now, what's the other name?
I know that Asada Shakur.
That's Tupac's mom, right?
Yeah. So.
Yeah, it was another one. Gail or something.
No, that was a Phoenix Shakur. That's his mama. Asada's like his honor, some shit like that.
Okay.
But yeah, but they were both part of the Black Panther Party, man. So that was a good thing. And it's a lot of folks that are part of it.
Was Tupac a part of that?
Indirectly, yeah.
Indirectly, okay. So because of his mom.
Because of his mother, yeah. Because of his mother and his stepfather, yeah.
So he probably passed out pamphlets or something. He didn't never just be official member or whatever.
Right. Yeah. He was too young back then, but yeah. So, but and we got a story about Tupac later on too, y'all. So something I want to mention. It's not really a story, but something I wanted to mention about Tupac. But anyway, and if I made no mistake, she was married to Eldridge Cleaver at one point in time, but his wife was a really big heavy hitter, and Eldridge Cleaver's wife was a really heavy hitter in the Black Panther Party.
I didn't know that.
Oh yeah. It was a lot of them that was into it, and of course, Fred Hampton was part of the Black Panther Party.
Yeah.
And his son is pretty much picking up where Daddy left off, and I ain't mad at that.
Absolutely.
So, but yeah, the Black Panther Party has a deep history, man. People don't know that. A lot of people don't know that. They need to research that because those brothers they're needed now, in my opinion.
I think a lot of people get them mixed up or think they're affiliated with the Nation of Islam.
No,
but it's two different.
Yeah, it's two different factions. Yeah, two different orgs.
Yeah.
And the Black Panther Party, the only way they were taken down from the inside out.
By their own.
Yeah. They put some agents in, and they pretty much dismantled. That's pretty much what happens to every black organization.
That happened to MLK.
Happened to him. Happened to Malcolm. Yeah.
Just me and my little thought process. I still said it happened to John Lewis.
Yeah.
It happened to Shirley Chisholm when she was running for.
She ran for president.
For presidency, yeah. I really do. I think because it just like when what's his name?
Dick Gregory.
Dick Gregory ran. He almost had it, but I think some of us came in there running for him.
I'm not gonna say they did. I mean, because
how did he get so close?
All you have to do is dangle a carrot in front of some people, and they'll sell their mama out.
And what is carrot? Them greenbacks.
There you go.
We'll do. I mean, some of us would do just about anything for a little piece of change.
Divine Sounds had a song out. I know you remember back in the '80s. What people do for money? Yeah.
Now they're saying strange things for a piece of change.
Oh, no doubt.
You will pretty much uproot your culture for having more than they ever had for a better way of living, or a better way of life, or a better way of consciousness, a better way of rationale for a couple of $100.
Think about this. So OJ said,
I need it. I didn't know you did.
The OJ said had a song about it too, For the Love of Money.
Oh, yeah.
People will steal from their mother. People will rob their own brother.
Oh, yeah.
Come on, man. Now, where's the lie in that? So, you know, it is what it is, man. But, yeah.
It's like we was talking at lunch today. You don't really hear about other cultures having infiltration like that.
Right.
They come together. They come together.
Yeah.
But with us, like I always say on this show, that crab in the barrel mentality.
Well, think about this,
heavily.
though. Well, think about this.
Old, young, it don't matter how old you are.
I agree. Well, think about this, though. Back during slavery, they had something called meritorious manumission. What that is, for those of you who don't know, first of all, pick up a dictionary. Secondly, this is what meritorious manumission is. It just basically says that a slave can be automatically freed by their owners if they do one of three things. One, they risk their life to either save the master's property or to save the master themselves.
A pimping?
Either or. But two, they create a process or invent something that could profit the master. Or three is what a bunch of them did, snitch. Plain and simple. Those three ways you could get meritorious manumission. And a lot of them snitched.
And I wonder if they look back at that, if they can speak today, do they think it was worth it?
What, snitching? Good question. That's a really good question.
Like they say, snitches get stitches.
Hell yeah. That's the main reason why a lot of black people right now will not snitch for nothing.
Some of them.
Some of them won't. There's a lot of people. I know I won't. Fuck that. You know, even if you are guilty, I ain't gonna snitch. Sorry. I could see you shoot somebody in the back of the head. You see something? Nope. He was right there. I know it, but I was blind at that moment. I didn't see nothing. But anyway.
Not even for a strange piece of change.
Not even for a strange piece of change. I don't give a damn. And me and my wife were looking for a house. Nope. Not gonna do it.
Wait a minute now. Wait just a minute. Let's discuss this. Nah, I feel you. But some things not always what they seem to appear. It might sound good, but in the interim, you just a snitch for no reason.
That's it. Well, y'all know what time it is. I ain't even got to say it. Do I really have to say it?
And now, where is my theme? Like Dion said, where is my theme music?
Hold on, something playing. What are you playing, fool? Oh, man, the music's messed up.
Oh, no. Oh, well, I do it.
Man, come on. Oh, man, the music ain't going to show up,
Production, man, I tell you. Gotta get a new production team.
No. See, the music, it's supposed to play, but it ain't playing for some reason.
Well, I just go with the verbal part. And now it's time for MTP News.
All right.
Thank you, Conrad. Well, of course, like every week, we're on these airwaves. We come across some unbelievable stories that'll make you say, or either, what the, or Lord,
there you go.
Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. But better late than never. And now it's time for MTP News. Thank you, Conrad, again.
I just had to get that out of the way, y'all.
Appreciate it. I don't feel like this production need a whooping. But like I said, we these stories, I mean, even though some happened weeks ago, some happened yesterday, they all are unbelievable. So I'm going to start with this because if anybody know me, I frequent beauty supply stores on a regular.
Yeah, she does.
I like to go into new ones to see what they're about. I have some old favorites that I always stop in to see what they got new or what they done switched up. But this story had me a little heated because I wasn't quite understanding why he had to do this lady like this. Let me elaborate. A beauty supply shop owner caught on camera grabbing black woman by neck says he has lost everything and will have to leave town. I have nothing in my pocket now. Well, let me say this. Keep your hands off people. And secondly, I mean, I guess I kind of understand. She said she went in there to get a refund. He didn't do refunds. He was going to give her a store credit. So she didn't want a store credit. So she just took some more items before she left that added up to her refund.
Okay.
And so he decided to put his hands on her neck to make her come back in the store and bring back the things that she took.
Well,
and from that caused a big commotion. That caused a riot. He ended up getting his store shut down. Now he talking about his kids hasn't had a hot meal. They got to eat jam and chocolate. Sounds good to me, jam and chocolate. At least they got something to eat. And he said that he had to take them out of school for fear of retaliation. But sometimes I know by you being an entrepreneur, just like you're an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
You don't want nobody to come in and destruct your business or steal from you, or, you know, because I understand what they call it, shrinkage, because of theft or whatever.
Right.
I understand it. Don't get me wrong, because I read an article the other day about that's one of the reasons why people are telling Walmart, not to get no big business, but everybody know Walmart, need to get them employees back on the line, because you keep having this self-checkout,
right?
And people bringing 65-inch TVs in there with a $4 ticket on there.
Yeah.
Now you gonna pay $4 for a 65-inch TV? Where? Or sometimes they don't even go to the skip; they just go straight out the door.
Yeah.
You know. So if you're gonna prevent that, you gotta do what you gotta do. And I understand this man's plight, but you have to realize, bro, you can't put your hands on people.
Man, you know,
can't put your hands on people. Not like this, no way.
Well, I got the picture up, but anyway, they. I mean that right there. I mean, I can understand where the sister's coming from. I get that. You know, you're gonna take whatever's gonna add up to your store credit. I get that part.
Because some people might not even come back to that store.
Exactly.
Just give me a refund.
Just give me a refund, man.
But a lot of them don't want to do it because they losing money like that.
Well, yeah. But still, if that's not what you wanted, that's not what you want. I mean, right. I can tell you right now, my wife will take something back in a minute.
Oh, yeah.
Won't think twice about it.
And before I leave, I be asking, are these refundable? Like yesterday, I went to Sam Moon's and I got some stuff, and they said, well, these not going to be refundable. Okay. I appreciate that. So I know not to take that particular item back, but I do ask, you know, especially if it's, you know, quality or whatever, are these refundable?
Right.
But yeah, I don't know. Now he talking about he done lost everything. And it was so funny, another person came in the same spot and tried to open, but them protesters said, nope. So
they pretty much ran my man off the block.
I want to read what they said. They said, we will be out here every day making sure that you do not serve people. And they said, you touch one, you touch us all.
Ooh,
I like
that's
that.
what I'm talking about.
Exactly.
Now, see, that's what's called being on code. That's on code.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Didn't really say what this was because I really wish it was here, but it was in the UK.
Across the pond, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which was shocking, but
that's racism over there too.
Obviously, I guess it's still racism over there too. But
oh, no doubt.
He gonna learn today. Keep your hands off the
They
black
ran his
women.
ass off the block. So you know, for the brothers and sisters in the UK, you know that's what that's a being on code, y'all.
Right.
That's what you're supposed to do.
Exactly.
So.
Moving on.
All right.
Now, this is a sad story for me, and it kind of equates to the movie that we saw last night with Jamie Foxx. Quote unquote, he didn't get a ticket. Devastated parents of a 9-year-old hit by car while crossing the street to get ice cream question why charges have not been filed. Yeah, a 9-year-old was with his friends. He was crossing the street because they heard the ice cream truck to go get some ice cream. They got the ice cream and they was walking back across the street to go, and a car went around the ice cream truck and hit this baby. Unfortunately, at this time, he did perish. And the young man who was driving the car has not been to jail, seen jail, been charged or anything. And I understand the parents' plight, that it's not fair. Why hasn't he been charged? Kind of like the same. I mean, even though this is not the premise of the movie last night, but I was going to say they probably need to get an attorney to sue this young man because he had probable cause, because the young man was at the crosswalk. The kids had the crosswalk,
right?
Because some people that was gay there talked about what they saw. You know how they take out their camera phone and record everything. They record everything. It showed that the kids had the right of way, and this guy just whipped around them. And he, unfortunately, the little 9-year-old's name is cute little name, Akarian. Akarian Perry. He lost his life. This is in South Fulton County.
I got his picture up.
And I just hate that, and that the young man hasn't been charged. And so hopefully that they get justice for him, because like I said, that movie last night, it took a minute. It took a minute for me to get into it. Like I said, that first 15. If you don't get that first 15 for me, I'm in and out. But you watched all of it, so what do you think?
We'll talk about the movie later on, but
do you think this is something like a similar case like that?
This is definitely a case of wrongdoing, because if you see because I can tell you right now, I can speak from my own personal experience. If I see an ice cream truck, the ice cream truck is stopped, I'm going to stop too.
I do that for school buses. Don't you do it for school buses?
No doubt about it, yes. Especially for school buses. But for ice cream trucks, yes, I definitely stop, because you don't know whose child's going to be coming out of anywhere running to the ice cream truck to get some ice cream. You don't know. You don't know.
Try to be fun with these kids over here. They just dart out behind cars.
Oh, no doubt.
You know, sometimes I be having my little music bumping, and but you can't really go too fast because we got speed bumps. But these kids will dart out behind you. Like, oh my God, they just kind of scare you because they just jump out. And some of them just stand in the street.
Right there in the middle of the street.
Get out the street. Move. You have to go around them. So you just gotta, like my mom always said, you gotta drive for yourself and others.
Right.
And especially with children, you gotta watch out for them, because they just out having a good time playing rollerblade, riding their bikes. It's like this baby, he probably was so enthralled with his ice cream,
That's all he wanted. That's all he saw. That's all he saw and heard was ice cream.
But
he lost his life.
Prayers for the family. I know this is hard. She said she still can't believe it, but hopefully some justice can get served, because this young man needs to take accountability. He hit this baby and he died.
Here's my question. Do they know who did it?
No.
Nobody got a glimpse of the license plate or anything like that?
That's the sad part about it. They have, but they don't know why he has not been officially charged. They know who he is, so
go get him.
Yeah, that's what she want to know. Why has he not? They said she put a big post on Facebook and everything. So that's the bad part about it.
I remember seeing that post.
Why haven't it not? If y'all know him, y'all done saw his car, you got to film, because people take up their cameras and record.
Right.
Why hasn't he been charged, picked up, questioned, and he hasn't even been questioned, which is kind of odd, really odd. Moving on.
All right.
Now this story right here, I'm torn, but I'm just going to go on. California's new quote-unquote ebony alert will inform public about missing black youth quote-unquote crisis.
Okay.
We have the Amber Alert, and that's because a little girl down here, I think it was here locally, became up missing. So since then they started the Amber Alert. You'll see it all the time to your phone. I remember one time we was in church, I think we got 14 alerts within like a 2 hour.
Everybody's phone's going off.
No, that's when we went to the Tariq Nasheed events.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, when the guy was that was up there.
Who was up there? Was it Risa Islam?
Yeah, he was up there speaking. He was like, just sitting here at this forum. I think we got there about 9-10 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
And I think he came on about
7
that night.
Yeah, we was there all day.
Within that day, we got 14 alerts.
Yeah,
which was crazy.
Right.
I understand what Gavin Newsom is trying to do. Gavin Newsom is the
California governor.
Yeah. I understand what he's trying to do for quote-unquote black people with, dubbing it the Ebony Alert. Because, everybody know that black youth, especially between the age of 20 and 25, doesn't or don't get the same recognition as other races, particularly white races.
Here's where I got a problem with. I just put Steve Bradley's picture up. He's one of the ones who wrote it.
That's what I just been saying. So this man, I understand, was a black man who came up with it, but I think this is just me. This is Mimi's melanated thought. I think this is gonna not even help, because once they find out they're black, they're not gonna even take probably
2 minutes.
Yeah, to even try or even attempt to. Because I think they need to leave it anonymous.
I agree with you on that. I agree with you on that.
I don't know.
And here's where I have a problem with that. If you actually read that bill and that law, the age span is from 12 to 25. From 12 to 25. No. It should be a child between the ages of 0 to 21. From 0 to 21. Instead of from 12 to 25. that's going to be counterproductive. That's number one. And number two, just like you said, once they find out that they're black, how much attention are they really going to get? I say they're not going to get any. They might get a little bit, but very little. That's just my opinion. That's how I feel about that.
Yeah.
What say you, Miss Mimi?
That's what I said. I don't think it's going to become. Like I said, I don't have nothing against it. I'm not racist at all, but I just feel like if you just say bleeding, they put the big alert on your phone, that little weird sound effect, and are they going to say Ebony Alert? Because right now it says Amber Alert.
Right.
So when it comes across Ebony Alert, how many people going to really start looking around at cars or looking around on the street at different people? Or are they just going to take it off their phone or say okay on their phone and put their phone back down?
That's exactly what's going to happen.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know if they're going to take it
as
seriously as they would an Amber Alert.
Right.
Because I know sometimes, like when I'm driving, I look up at the billboards, the little electronic billboards that they're putting up.
Yeah.
And it says,
and you see
and I be looking at, sometimes I look at cars, it might be a red Toyota Honda or
whatever. I look too.
But now, if, like I said, maybe that's me, I need to pray about it or whatever, but I think if they say Ebony Alert, a lot of, probably us too, it's not going to take it seriously. Shout out to Miss Carly Russell.
Mm-hmm.
The hoax.
Yeah.
Because there have been other people that has done that, and it has been hoax. And for some reason lately, it's just been a lot of us.
Yeah.
I don't know if we're doing it for TikTok fame or what. But there are a lot of children who are coming up missing, still missing to this day, that probably really, really, really do need the Ebony Alert, but they was filed under the Amber Alert, and they still haven't been found. Like I said, kudos for this young man, for this gentleman here. What is his name? I just had his name.
Steve Bradley.
State Senator Stephen Bradford.
Okay, I'm sorry.
He brought it to fruition, and I hope it is successful. But I just hope people will take it seriously as they do the Amber Alert.
I don't think they will, but I understand what he's trying to get at, but just keep it as an Amber Alert. That's just my personal opinion. Just keep it as an Amber Alert.
Yeah.
So that way, because
would you really be like, Ebony Alert, we looking for a Lexus, Porsche, golly black name. They be like, nah, that's okay. I'm just thinking outside the box right now, but I don't know. I just feel like it's not going to be taking it seriously.
I agree.
As an Amber Alert. But speaking of, I want to piggyback out since I brought her name up. Did you know that Carly Russell finally got charged? She is the young lady who allegedly faked her own abduction in July. She was found guilty of 2 misdemeanor charges. Russell pleaded not guilty to the charges of false reporting of an incident and false reporting to law enforcement. The state has recommended 1 year in jail and 6 months for each charge. And yeah, very much so. And I think they're going to make her pay a little something too, about $18,000.
Yeah. Oh, okay, all right.
$18,000 for the hoax. So.
Well,
I wonder if she feel like it was worth it.
Well, all I got to say about that is this right here. If we, I didn't believe it in the first place. That's number one. Because if you're going to see a child in the middle of the street, the first thing you're going to do is stop and pick that child up and ask the child where you live at.
At least sit there with him.
At least sit there with that child and call the police and say, hey, I saw this child running down the highway and all that good stuff. But anyway, I knew it was a lie in the first place, just like the Juicy Smollett situation. I knew that was a lie too. But anyway, my point is, it's bad enough that black people are on the low end of the totem pole when it comes down to being searched for whenever they're missing. And then she's going to pull some bullshit like this. That makes it even worse because they're not going to believe anything that black people say.
I'm just saying that too because from that point on, it seemed like I think 2 other women came up missing after that.
Right.
And you didn't hear nothing hardly about it.
And they were actually missing?
They were actually missing, yeah.
Yeah, you're right. There were some more people that came up missing. But okay.
Moving on.
All right.
Now this story is, you gonna have me go back into my history with my family history, my DNA tree, quote unquote. It's a win. 93-year-old South Carolina woman surpasses $350,000 goal in fight to keep her land with help from Tyler Perry, Kyrie Irving, and other black celebrities. Yeah, a fundraiser was raised to support a 93-year-old South Carolina woman to raise $350,000 because a big company is trying to harass her and force her out of her home. Her name is Miss Josephine Wright, and her home is in Hilton Head, and this property has been in her family generation dating all the way back to the Civil War.
Come on, man, that's a long time.
And of course, the company that's trying to force her home is the Bailey Investment Group. They're saying that they're trying to put up 147-unit residential development.
That's what I thought. They're trying to put some there.
Yeah, so she kept saying no. Kind of like what's going on with my family. We keep saying no, we're not going to sell, we're not going to sell. So now, she was refusing to even entertain an offer from them. And now they're trying to claim that her satellite dish and her screened-in porch is encroaching on their property, which is hindering the construction process. Okay, miss me with that lie.
WTF.
Because, first of all, it's still her property.
Yeah.
So how is it hindering your construction process?
It's not hindering anything. They're just looking for an excuse to kick them off her property.
Exactly. So kudos to the celebrities who stepped up. Major kudos to Kyrie Irving. He was the first one to step up.
Oh, yeah.
And he gave a donation of $40,000.
Let me just say this real quick. This is another example of black people being on code.
Exactly.
Another prime example of black people being on code. I love that.
Me too.
When I read that story, I said, "Oh man, this is a beautiful story right here." So I'm like, "Yeah, we definitely got to talk about this one."
As of right now, the case has been held up in the movement of the construction company to continue to do whatever they need to until the building permits and everything has been put on pause until a restitution or a resolution has been decided by the courts on who's going to win this.
Oh, they're going to figure something out.
I hope Miss Wright come out victorious. Just because of the name and just because it's history for her. Why are you trying to move this 93-year-old woman out of her home? And I like the ideal of what Tyler Perry said. She has a village behind her.
Of course.
And I shout out to, I'm not going to name all the celebrities, but you know who you are. And kudos to you as well for stepping, like you just said, come together and letting them know, hey, we done threw the hat up in the air.
Come on now. That's a black signal. That's a black signal.
We come together because this is wrong on so many levels. So hopefully she'll win this legal battle and she's able to live out the rest of her years on her family's legacy.
Well, let me just say this about this story right here. Again, for those of you who don't know, my wife's maiden name is Wright. So that's why I said that. Anyway. That's why we was thinking that, might be some.
Yeah, somebody go call me one that 123 DNA. What is it? Me.
23 and me.
23 and me.
Yeah.
Make sure like, hey, ain't it?
We still need to get those tests, man, so we can do them. I want to read the results on the air.
Exactly.
So just that'll be a fun show. But anyway, this was. The beauty about this story is that when Kyrie Irving first stepped up to the plate, he didn't even want the media to cover it.
Exactly.
He didn't want the media to cover it because it's not about him. That's what I like about Kyrie. Y'all can say what you want to say about him. I really don't give a damn.
I just want to say that too. Y'all done took this man down that rabbit hole and back up the hole and down the hole, but he's steady. This is not the first time he's done something like this.
Right.
He's continued to be a big philanthropist, and he never want his name mentioned at all.
Yeah.
Other people mention his name. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So y'all continue to talk about it. He gonna continue doing what he doing.
Exactly.
Well, like I said, hopefully everything come out in her favor, and it's a win-win for everyone.
Good looking old woman.
Very much so. Now here's a story to kind of piggyback off of that one. This one is a little hard. One of the last living survivors of the Tulsa Race Massacre, who spent a lifetime awaiting atonement, dies at age 102.
OMG.
I had just heard about this story that his sister, himself, and another neighbor from, if you don't know what we're talking about the Tulsa Race Massacre,
right,
that took place
in 1921
in Tulsa, Oklahoma. They were still at their age. Cause this young man, his name is Hughes Van Ellis. He was 6 months old when it happened. But even at 6 months old, he still had ramification about it. He said he doesn't sleep at night. He have to have a night light to go to sleep, and he wake up about 4 times a night. Himself, his sister, which is Viola Ford Fletcher, and Leslie Benningfield Randall, these older people, that's all three were over 100 years old, took the chance to go to Congress to try to get something established, because what they call the Black Wall Street, what we call reparation, started because this was an unnecessary crime.
It really was.
That was put upon black people that was thriving on their own, in their own, doing their own, and then the others
decided they wanted,
came in and just run amok. And he tried to hold on, but he passed away at the age of 102. But he did tell him, they said before he passed away, he kept asking everybody, keep the fight going, fight for justice, keep the fight going, fight the justice. And they said his favorite word was he always repeated these famous words, we are one.
Come on, man.
Wow.
Well, I always tell people this, and I've always said this on this show. My grandfather was around. He was right there in Tulsa when that race riot happened. He was working, because my grandfather was like a farm hand, like a field hand, something like that. And he used to tell us that story all the time. And I would just sit back and just listen and just complete all of that whole story.
Right.
Again, like you said, babe, it was completely unnecessary.
Oh, yeah.
It was uncalled for.
Yeah, in the middle of the night, too.
In the middle of the night, come on, man. That's when it started. But anyway, that's how those people are.
And since he's been fighting for that justice. If you think about it, he's fighting for us, because if it's ever passed, we would be lineage to their reparation that he and his sister and the other young lady has been fighting for years. It was kind of encouraging too, and disappointing to hear. He said, I only got a chance to get a 12th grade diploma. He had 7 children. He said, I didn't get a chance to go to college. I had to get out there and work. So reparations would have came in handy for him and his family.
No doubt.
But at least he fought a good fight, and he fought until the end, which is so encouraging.
That's beautiful right there by herself.
So I think his sister and Miss Leslie is going to continue the fight.
I got to get that book. She got a book out.
Yeah, she does.
So I got to get that book. I definitely got to get that book. So, yeah.
So shout out to him. May you rest in glory, Mr.
Yes,
Ellis.
yes, sir.
You fought a good fight. You fought in the service. He was in the Army. He fought for this country. He was a World War II veteran. His nickname was Uncle Red. So it's just like so much to go on and on about him. But rest in glory, sir. We appreciate your service and your diligent duty until technically his dying day.
Exactly.
Because he had just came from they're trying to fight for some atonement, which is, to me, is reparation.
This is one of those moments when I wish I could reach back and talk to some of the dearly departed.
Absolutely.
I would pull my grandfather up and
Me
say,
too.
Grandpa, tell me that story again about the race riot. And he would tell it to me. I used to always ask him that. The last time I asked him that, I was 14 years old. And he told me that story verbatim. Every single time, it never changed. That's how I know he was there. Because he told the same story.
That's all I just want to say. So if it's the same, that means that's embedded in him.
Yeah, because he was there.
Like it just happened yesterday.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Every single time. Every single time. So,
now this next story is so confusing. I don't even understand. Quote unquote, I thought I could vote. A 69-year-old Florida woman charged with fraud for voting after receiving registration card as good old DeSantis task force continue confusing and making arrest. Yeah, 69-year-old Tallahassee woman who had did some time in jail. And when she got out of jail, she wasn't a murderer or she wasn't a felon, so she applied for a voter's registration card. The 69-year-old woman name is Marsha Irvin, and she said, I applied for it. They sent it to me. So in this case right here, who's at fault here? Her or the state?
The state.
Okay. So they come sleep, when she was soundly sleeping in her bed, they come knocking on her door at 2 o'clock in the morning trying to arrest her, saying that she was accused of voter fraud. How has she been accused of something that the state gave her? So, yeah. So, your boy Ben Crump is all on it. And it's just not her. It's been like on 60 plus other people with the same situation. So this is happening in Florida, of course. So they're trying to get this understood and get this corrected so these charges can be dropped against her and that she can vote, because from my understanding, it was a law in force that if you weren't a murderer or a felon, you could vote. Mm-hmm. So if y'all made this law, she applied, she got a card. Why is she getting arrested? And accused of voter fraud? Okay. DeSantis, you're reaching, sir.
Here's my problem.
You are really reaching.
Here's my problem.
And let me say this.
Go ahead.
For technical difficulties purposes, it's only happened to brown and black people.
Oh, come on, man. You already know that. I mean,
so you're trying to tell me no white person went to jail?
Come on, man.
No white person went to jail.
And they could be voter fraud all the time.
Mm-hmm. Now, the difference between fraud and not knowing is fraud is when somebody wholeheartedly know they cannot vote, but they still apply and try to vote and do vote, and they know they cannot. That's voter fraud. This lady was nowhere near that. She applied, received a card. Right. So I don't understand why they're trying to put this on her. So hopefully let's keep her prayed up that her attorney Akbar and Mr. Benjamin Crump can get her and the other 60 plus Floridians off and get their voter registration card activated, and they can vote, since this is a law been passed that they can legally vote. I think he's just doing this because we're in a race war right now politically. Yeah. And he's trying to knock all y'all down for voting. You black people will get out there and vote.
Yeah. Well,
and all this that he done for against black people, they like taking history out the school and books off the shelves and women's reproductive rights. He know a lot of black people gonna get him. They gonna tag him. They gonna they gonna taser him.
Oh no!
So what he's trying to do, prevent them from voting. So now he's coming with this little what they call themselves, a task force to try to go out and see how many people they can get on voter fraud. And now they just pretty much making up. Somebody said, how did he even come to this conclusion to get this task force together? You pass a law that allow people, even though they have been in jail, it depends on their charges.
Yeah.
Because y'all wanted all those votes when he ran before.
Of course.
And so that's how he got before, because he let those type of people vote. I think it's like almost like 1.4 million people that had those charges against, and they was able to vote. Now, all of a sudden, you going after them now because, they finna attack you. That's why.
Here's my deal. If it was me, if you had paid your debt to society, you should have the right to vote. Just because you're a convicted felon does not mean that you don't have the right to vote, because people that are convicted felons, whether people want to believe this or not, some of them are very intelligent and they know politics. Some of them know politics better than politicians. So I don't have an issue with convicted felons voting. That doesn't bother me. Does it bother you?
Well, sometimes when you do crimes, some of your rights need to be taken away. I agree with that.
I agree with you on that.
And if they thinking the person not being able to vote is a crime, obviously it is, because that is considered like a highly, what word am I looking for? Intelligent, I guess, or appropriate, or one of the top things people look forward to doing is voting. I guess it's like one of the highest things that you can, most when you get a teenager, you want your driver license or you want your first job, and so I guess it's highly recommended that you vote. Yeah. That it's a good thing to vote. So by eliminating that or taking it away from them, it's taking a privilege. It's a privilege to vote. It's a privilege to get your driver license. So when you take that privilege away because you did some evil things, that's what happened. That's the offset of it. Yeah. I can see that. But if you just did like a little misdemeanor, they said, well, I was looking to see what did she do to land in jail. They said she did a little, she was being harsh towards some old people.
Oh.
So.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, so like I said, the only people they said that could not vote are murderers and people who have sex crimes, which is, I can understand that, but.
Okay, I get that.
Yeah, so.
But, I mean,
I don't know. I just, like I said, that's why I was torn about this, because I'm like, How is she? You passed a law saying that if you had those sex crimes or murders, anything else was considered a misdemeanor, you can vote. And then you waking this woman up at 2:00 in the morning talking about put your hands behind your back, you're arrested. But you sent her the card. The state of Florida sent her voter registration card.
Right.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that is wild. I got a picture of her being crump, so yeah.
And she's holding her voter registration
holding the card right there, so I don't see what the problem is. Again, like you said, who's at fault here? And I say the state of Florida's at fault because they sent her the card. So, of course, if you send somebody...
who's at fault is this little task force that DeSantis has got together to try to correct his wrong, which I don't think is a wrong. I think he's trying to correct it so people can't vote.
That's a
sneak attack of trying to get people from.
And that's pretty much what I was getting at. He's trying to hinder black people from voting.
Good word.
So, yeah.
The next story, I don't know. I saw this on the news. I saw it in my feed. Quote unquote, he's lucky to be alive. Video shows Florida cops beating black man like a rag doll.
Hold on. Let me get my sound effects back up here. I got it. Man. Yeah.
It's a video circling because, again, Florida. I don't know what's going on in Florida. Like, most of these stories are from Florida.
Wrong picture. I'm sorry.
It's crazy.
There it goes. I put the wrong picture up. Okay, there it goes.
The 24-year-old black man was pulled over for a seatbelt violation. The video is 6 minutes and 30 seconds long. They pretty much... This boy face... look like he been around with Mike Tyson, Evander Holyfield, the Mexican man. I mean the Russian man that Rocky fought. Carl Weber, not Carl. What's his name? Carl Weber. He was Pacquiao, Mayweather. Like he was in the ring with all of them at one time.
I got his picture.
His name is Lakean Woods. Look at that picture. That baby eyes are shut. Swollen, bloody, and the officers just, justified. They justified. Just his mom is livid. I understand why she livid, and she is right. These officers need to be off the street. And she's been asking for the reason why we see this picture here is because a bystander again was recording. Thank goodness for the recording, and. In the video, I saw the video, you can hear the bystander who was recording say, his face is fucked up. Excuse my language, but look at his face. It is. And he did go to the hospital, had him chained to a hospital bed, because they did arrest him, because they said they found something else in his car, blah, 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 blah. And he has a concussion. But my thing is, she keep asking for the police officers...
The body cam.
Where is it? If it wasn't for this young man recording this right here, she probably would never know.
Now, watch this body cam footage all of a sudden come up missing.
Or they forgot to turn
their body cams on. This is what I think they should do. I think they should keep those body cams on. Once they turn them on, you can't turn them off.
They're supposed to. Well, sometimes they be sitting in their car getting their dick sucked, so they can't put that on body camera. Remember that officer that was getting his dick sucked? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I remember that one, yeah.
I see them there eating bonbons and donuts where they sort of be out patrolling the streets and stuff like that. Yeah, so sometimes they turn them off.
Yeah.
Because they're not supposed to have that on there. Mm-hmm. Or sometimes they be in their car smoking crack or smoking weed. I've seen that.
I remember. We did a story about this.
Exactly. So yeah, they supposed to have them on.
These officers was in any patrol car smoking crack,
or talking bad about black people, calling black people niggas, and talking about people calling them bitches and hoes. So they turn it off because they don't want to be. Cause if that's on camera, that's a term for termination.
Yeah, it is.
Because you're supposed to be an upstanding citizen,
right?
That's not supposed to be talking like that. So the camera will pretty much get them busted.
Oh yeah, that's true.
And so with this story, the same officer, one of the officers who did this to this young man, piggyback off of another story we have, that he done sit up there and reportedly killed a FAMU Florida A&M student. What is going on? We say this every week. What is going on with these officers? They put their hands on these people Now, on this story right here, this young man was, he had some stuff in his car too, and they tried to pull him over. He kept driving. His name is Jamie Johnson. He kept driving. They chased him down, came into a dead end. He tried to jump out the car and start running. They tased him. He kept running. They tased him again, and by the time the cop that we're talking about, his name is Goriga. The police officer, I guess you say Joe. It's Josue, Josa Goriga.
Sound like a Hispanic.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. You should know better. And
you'd be surprised.
They pretty much had the boy down, but they end up killing him. If you have him down, you have him apprehended. This young man was 22 years old, shot multiple times. And this happened in 2019. I don't know. Like I said, I keep saying this gonna have to end soon. And then what made it so bad, after this happened, Goriga and some of his cohorts was on a group chat, and they was talking bad about the situation. And they were just talking about how some of the NFL started talking about it, how they were going to try to get behind him and support this family student and help, that village with his family get some justice for him.
Right.
And they would just say they don't know why. They said they just doing it because he black. They wonder if this was Goriga, would he get the same attention and the same help or condolences like this young man did. Man, you killed this boy. What do you mean? What if you was in that situation? You won't be, because we don't treat y'all like that. Let's just start there. And secondly, what do you mean would you receive it? No, you wouldn't, because you are a horrific killer. You killed this boy, and you pretty much killed this baby with these shut eyes as well.
When I saw that footage and I saw that boy's face, like you said, his eyes was swollen shut. It reminded me of that episode of Martin.
Yeah.
When he got into the ring with Thomas the Hitman Hearns. And the aftermath of that, his face was, like my man said, his face was fucked up.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what this reminds me of. And that young man right now, he is going to be traumatized for the rest of his natural born life. Much as I hate to say that, but it's the truth. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is the reason why black people don't like cops. We don't care who the cop is. It could be a black cop, white cop, Hispanic cop, alien cop from the planet Krypton. We don't care. We do not like police officers, because it doesn't matter if you're doing something wrong or if you're not doing anything wrong. This can happen to you. Now, if he has something in his car, that still doesn't justify you beating his face up like that.
Right. You know what's so bad about this story is that the same cop who beat this baby up, and he shot Mr. Johnson here, they felt like by him shooting Johnson was justified. So he pretty much got off. That's why he was still on the force to do this to this young man.
Did Mr. Johnson shoot at the cop first?
No.
Well, see, there you go.
No, but they said they didn't find enough. They said the detective acted appropriately with respect to the law.
Oh, so in other words, they saw a nigga and they killed him. Let's just call it what it is. Let's just call it what it is.
They said the understanding of this incident may change if any additional evidence is collected and reviewed. However you look at, this baby is in the ground. He's dead.
Right.
And now that same cop is affiliated with shutting this baby eyes closed.
Completely.
So something got to give. Something's got to give. Something's wrong with him. He needs some sensitivity. Like I said, they need some sensitivity training. What it was, that boy Foots was fast.
That's
and
what
I
it
meant
was.
to say Foots. And he was getting away from him. And they don't like that when you run away from him.
I'm looking at this man, this young man, because he's not a boy, he's a young man.
Exactly, 24.
I'm looking at this young man, and I'm looking at the size of him and look at the size of these cops.
And what made it so bad about him, he had his hands handcuffed behind him.
And
they was throwing him, racked them. I said, it didn't even look like a human being the way they were tossing him around.
Yeah, I saw the video.
But you had no right to do it. His hands was handcuffed behind his back.
And they was throwing him around like a sack of potatoes.
Just insensitive. I don't get it. I do not get it. Well, hopefully justice will come to the young man Johnson's family and his death, and especially to this young man here. Luckily, he did not lose his life, but
for real though,
hopefully he and his family
it could have been a whole hell of a lot
totally
worse.
Different, yeah, totally different. Okay, this story here. I forgot where I was. I think I was getting ready for church, I believe. The teenager arrested for the shooting at Morgan State University.
Oh, let me put this picture up.
If anybody don't know, Morgan State is a HBCU. And this numbnut, Javon Williams, 18, and another suspect, I think the other suspect is 17. They really haven't stated why they was because at this time, Morgan State was having their homecoming weekend.
Yeah.
They didn't really state why they was there, but they just decided to shoot up the place. Yeah. And so it was a search out for them, and they found one of them. They're still searching for the other, but they really haven't said why he did or what happened. But I'm just glad they found one of them. Hopefully they can question him and see what the problem is. But it's shocking to hear their ages. These kids are getting younger and younger with guns and doing malicious things. And I don't know if they high, bored. A lot of people say it's because of the video game. I don't know what it is. But they have no soul. You're hurting other people for what reason?
I'm not going to say it's video games. That's just a cop-out.
I don't know.
Because I've been playing violent video games since the inception of violent video games. I ain't never once want to go out and say, I wonder what would happen if I go out and shoot 10 people. I ain't never thought like that. So you can't blame the video games. These people, these young men, and I use the term loosely, I'm not going to say it was boredom. I'm not going to say what it was. I really don't know because I haven't had a chance to talk to him as of yet. So, but if I did, I would ask them, what was the purpose behind you doing this?
Exactly.
I mean, why do this why do it, period? Why do this? I mean, what's the point in you doing this? I mean, if you was out to get someone because of whatever reason, then you focus on that person. You don't just go up and shoot in a crowd of people.
All willy-nilly and everything.
Yeah. That doesn't make any sense. I mean, come on, man. That was just dumb.
I have never heard of, or I don't know. I know some people do it out of retaliation factor, but just all willy-nilly. I don't think no bullets have people names on it, do it?
Last I checked, they didn't.
So, I don't know. But hopefully, this other young man can be found. Justice will be served. I'm trying to remember. I don't think anyone perished from this shooting.
No, it was people that got hit.
Yeah, they got hurt, but I don't think anyone perished. So that was, I hate that they got hurt, but that was a blessing no one perished or passed away or died from it. So, young people do better. It's just, y'all getting just as bad as these cops out here. 18
if not
years
worse.
old. Yeah, 18-year-old with guns. It's just, these kids are trying to go to school to get an education. Unbelievable. Just the ages, 17 and 18. Wow.
Babies, man. That's pretty much what they are. They're babies.
It's just crazy.
Wow.
But I know, this is the world we live in.
And I hate to say that. I hate to even say that but you're absolutely correct. That right there, something like that should never be happening.
No, it shouldn't.
Because I could tell you right now, growing up between Tom, Oklahoma and Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, the one thing that we didn't do was go around shooting up shit.
No, not at all.
Because we always had something to do. We was either, my mom can tell you right now, man, me and my friend Kwame, we was all on our bikes and shit. We went everywhere, we went all over Oklahoma City on our bikes. That's why I know the city so well. But
that's what you're supposed to do there. You're not supposed to be having no guns.
Exactly. We knew people that had guns and we didn't fuck with them.
Exactly.
So,
I got two more, but this one right here, I just have to say something about it.
Go ahead.
Because we've mentioned both these people's names on this podcast before. Jason Whitlock and Stephen A. Smith.
Oh, damn. I ain't got the pictures up on this one.
Stephen A. Smith has a podcast now, so he pretty much let loose of what he can't say on ESPN. And Stephen A. pretty much called Jason. Well, they've been going back and forth because Jason will, I think, that Stephen A. tap dance and that he's for lack of a better word, a coon.
Hold on. Stop right there. Let me stop you right there. Mm-hmm. So Jason Whitlock is calling Stephen A. coon.
Right. That's what I said. That's like the kettle calling the kettle blackity black kettle black. You know what I'm saying? And so after what's never happened, he got under the skin of Stephen A.
So that's
and Stephen A. said, and I quote,
break it down, Stephen.
A fat, no good bastard who I despise to the very core.
Oh my.
Damn, Stephen, tell us how you really feel. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I be wanting to say that, but I ain't never said it out loud. Mm-hmm. But Stephen A. done said it. A fat, no good bastard. Man, that's some strong.
Let me just say this. Let me say this real quick.
And I hate that they're both black, but one of them not quite black. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like I said, I think Stephen A. tapped that he does.
Oh yeah, Stephen A.
He does.
Oh, they both cooning, but
exactly.
I'm just saying
but
they both cooning.
I was like, woo.
But that's what gets me right there. Yeah. That's what's getting me right there. So that's just like the Incredible Hulk calling a field of grass green.
Right. Sir, aren't you green? Oh, only when you get mad. I got you. Gotcha. Okay. But I just had to bring it up. Like I said, both those young men have been been mentioned on this show. And I've always said that Jason Whitlock is nothing but a...
I ain't ever like Jason Whitlock.
Whistleblowing coon for the masses.
Thank you.
100%. He's Uncle Ruckus incarnate.
My God.
He's Uncle Ruckus out the TV. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, Stephen A. have his moments, but when Steve A. said that, I was like, woo-hoo-hoo.
Let me say this real quick. I'm gonna go ahead and say this real quick. I'm with you on that 100%. Jason Whitlock, I've never liked Jason Whitlock. Stephen A. He's every so often he says something that makes sense. But for the most part he's cooning too. But when a coon calls another coon a coon, come on now.
Exactly, that's some. Like I said, that's some kettles. Two kettles sitting up there trying to out whistle each other because y'all both got on some very nice tap dance shoes.
Come on now,
and y'all done wore Simeon Glover and Sammy Davis ain't got nothing on y'all with that tap dance.
You ain't lying.
But that's pretty bad when another coon called another coon. One coon called another coon out. They call
excuse me, but yeah, man, like, that was that right there did me in right there.
I laughed so hard though. I kept repeating that. I just put it on a loop. I was like, "What he say? Who? What he say?" And the way he said it, so like I was like, "Wow, Stephen, really?" Wow, but I just want to pinpoint that for just a little bit.
Oh, no. I'm glad you did.
But now to a story I don't want to talk about. Well, we have to talk about it because I was so confused when he did it. By now, you guys have heard of the attack of Hamas on Israel last week.
Right.
And one of our prolific NBA players, Amari Stoudemire, pretty much went on a rant on social media.
Let's just call it what it is. He pretty much cussed out black people for not supporting this war.
Exactly. So that's why I'm like, why did he just step on black people only? Mm-hmm. In particular, Black Lives Matter. I didn't know, but from my understanding, that he is an American Israeli through his mother.
Yeah, he's a Hebrew Israelite.
And his mother is a black Hebrew Israelite, right? And so he has officially became an Israeli citizen. Understandable. I know when you woke up, you saw that happening to your country or your heritage, whatever. But why were you going so strong, cussing out Black Lives Matter, calling them cowards No, he was telling people who was killing the women and the children and the elderly over in Israeli cowards. But why were you calling out Black Lives Matter and talking about fuck y'all, fuck you, where's your support and all that? I don't even see how that equates.
Well, here's my whole deal. First of all, Mr. Stoudemire.
Yo, mama.
Excuse me.
Now, and you can take that however you want to take it. But let me just say this real quick, brother, and I'll use the term loosely. That war ain't got a damn thing to do with black people over here in America. Nothing as whatsoever. So why should we support a war that we don't have anything to do with? That has nothing to do with us. Absolutely nothing. So why should we support a war that we don't have anything to do with? That makes sense to you?
I understand his plight because he's from there. But don't situate it here in America.
Exactly. That ain't got nothing to do with us.
Nothing to do with
Absolutely
us.
Nothing.
Exactly, yeah.
So while you cussing out black people, it's some white people that they feel the same damn way. It's not our war. So why we even over there? Why we even over there? It's not our war.
He tried to say something about the politician, but he just kept saying
Black
Lives
people,
Matter.
right.
Black Lives Matter.
Which is a dog whistle for black people.
Right. Now, not trying to be insensitive right now, because I know it's a serious situation that's going on over there.
It's a sad thing that's going over there.
When Breonna Taylor or Tamir Rice or George Floyd, did you see any Israelis out there with their signs saying "Fight the power" for George Floyd?
Nope.
Fight the power, get justice for Breonna Taylor?
Nope.
I mean, if they did, they weren't out there just ahead of the crowd like Black Lives Matter were.
Mm-hmm.
So again, I wish, and they say he done took down his little tirade that he had online.
He'll be all right.
But what made him just go full throttle for Black Lives? What was he expecting Black Lives Matter to do?
Well, again,
for something that we or they had nothing to do with.
Again, like I said, BLM is just a dog whistle for black people in general.
Exactly.
I mean, you know that, babe. I mean, but for the most part, as far as that's concerned, he, I'm like you. I get it. I understand. Mm-hmm. That's part of your heritage or whatever. I mean, you're an Israelite. Okay, you're an Israeli, whatever.
Right.
You're an Israeli citizen because of your, thanks to your mother and all that good stuff. Okay, I get it.
Right.
But don't go up getting on television cussing every black person out, talking about fuck you, fuck your mama, and all that bullshit. Mm-hmm. Well, you didn't say fuck your mama, but he might as well have said that.
Might as well.
Saying all that bullshit because we don't support
me and my mama.
Right.
You and your mama. Oh, okay.
Okay, that's your mother. You said you and your mother. You want to support that war? You go around there and support it. We're not going to stop you.
Here it is. He said, "This is the only place in the world where I can go on study tour and eat cultured food. Only place in the world. Some coward shit, dog, and all y'all support it. Fuck you. Me and my mama, we don't respect none of y'all for that. Peace." Okay, bye.
Bye.
Have a nice day.
Take your ass, motherfucker.
Have a nice day. So if it's so grand, why are you here?
Thank you.
I know he ended his career playing over there, so why didn't you just stay over there?
Yeah, just stay over there.
Why are you back here?
Yeah, just stay over there.
I brought this story up to say, just like we was talking about at lunch, if you're going to support something, stand true in your support.
Yeah.
If you're going to affiliate yourself with something, stand true in your affiliation.
Mm-hmm.
Don't waver.
Right. You can't.
And don't blame others for your wavering.
Exactly. You can't play both sides of the fence, even though some people do.
All the time. So I don't agree. Like I said, I brought this up because I wholeheartedly think he is shameful. He needs to apologize and give a donation to Black Lives Matter. Because Black Lives Matter has nothing to do with that situation.
Black people in general, because you know that's who we was talking about. You know that's who we was talking about.
And you could have kept all that to yourself.
You could have kept that to yourself. I mean, if that's how you feel about the situation, okay, then that's how you feel about the situation.
Of course.
But, again, don't just start cussing out black people because we're not supporting this war.
Exactly. What is there to support?
Nothing. We have nothing to gain from either side.
The only thing that we're doing is sending them a bunch of money.
That's it.
We need here to take care of these people here. Shout out to Texas, New York, Oklahoma, and California with all these migrants laying on the concrete.
Oh, say it again.
But you're sending $60 billion over there for them to just destroy their city another night. Every night they're bombing and stuff. So why are we sending them? Okay, Amari, I understand your plight, sir, but it was not warranted right now. Because, like Reggie said, this war has nothing to do with what we call America.
Nope.
Now, what I will say, though, like I was telling a friend the other night, if we don't get it under control, we might end up having another 9/11 over here because somebody going to get pissed off. If we keep sending military weapons and money over there, they be like, okay, America, y'all doing too much. And then Hamas is going to Hamas our ass. Benjamin, how you said, Taimo, how you say his last name, he could be like, okay, look, I'm trying to do what I need to do. Why are y'all steady funding these people? And then they go do a retaliation like Russia's waiting to do, like Korea's waiting to do, China's ready to do, and then we're going to have another mass destruction like 9/11 over here.
If not worse.
And then at that time, we will be involved.
Yeah.
But until then, I hate that it's happening, but let's just keep that over there.
Yep.
Let's keep it over there. Sorry, that's your heritage, that's your lineage, but don't bring it on these airways over here. You should have went live over there.
Hello.
It is sad that they are killing children, raping women.
Oh, I agree with you on that.
Dragging old people up and down the street.
Yeah, I saw some of the video footage.
Very heart-wrenching.
Yeah.
Very,
I saw some of the video footage, but that's
that
not our
has
war.
nothing to do with us.
That's not our
here.
war. That's not our war.
Sorry.
We have a war to fight here.
Everyday war.
Black people have a war to fight here that we fight every day.
Every day. So,
sorry to hear that.
Those concludes the MTP news for this week.
All right, man. That was a good one.
It was.
That was a really good one. All right, now let's get back to the matter at hand. Let's talk about Mr. Trump and the Trump circus. I honestly don't know where to start. I really don't, because you have a man here who we all know is clearly guilty. We know this to be true. This man could be president and be prisoner number 422998 at the same time.
Excuse me.
And he could run the country from a jail cell.
Yep.
It's getting possible. It's very possible because he's ahead on all of the polls. So, my question to my lovely wife and to the people out there that's listening or going to listen to it on a later date or a later time: what do you do with your vote? That's the question.
Honestly, I don't know. And I rarely say I don't know because I think I have a voice for everything.
She does.
But I honestly don't know. I'm still astounded that this man made almost $1 million off of his mugshot. Who? Some of us got money that we don't know what to do with. I'm just astounded that, let me start there, that this man made that much money. Like I said, none of the rallies he has attended, none of the open forums he has attended, none of the debates that's been on. I think we done had 2 debates so far he has attended, but he is leading tremendously in the polls.
Yeah.
Does that mean there's something wrong with us as citizens? Or are we just tired and desensitized, like, you know what, it is what it is?
I think, you know what, that's a really good point. That is a really, really, really good point. I think you're absolutely correct. I think we're more, like you said, desensitized than anything, because this man right here, there is no way that a man that's getting ready to go to jail should be so far ahead in the polls.
So you're telling me that the 4 years that man was in office, what did he do?
Besides shut the government down?
Crickets.
Yeah.
Lied about COVID. Take some bleach and put in a needle and shoot yourself up with bleach. Talking about he lied and took the shot. I don't think he took the shot. Him and old boy Russian was buddy the whole time. Kept messing with Kim Jong-un, but I said he kind of left Kim alone.
Because Kim crazy.
You had Dennis Rodman threatening to go over there and talk to Kim so he won't blow us up because of what Trump was doing. He did reduce payroll taxes, so you did get a little bit more in your check.
Yeah.
Eggs $5, bread $10.
Sure
Gas wasn't $5 a gallon, so he kept things at an even keel. But what politically in your household did this man do for you and your family, or just for yourself, that you'd be like, you know what? I think I can do another 4 years of that. And in the interim, he cannot attend these rallies, debates, because he's in court. Because he's been charged with fraud, felony, money laundering, over what they call it, overstating his taxes and his income. He probably still grabbing about a pussy. Tax evasion, lying about votes, lying on people for votes. Yeah, that's a lot. And your president's supposed to be like an upstanding citizen. Ain't really done nothing for the well-being of the people. What well-being is that?
Let me say this real quick about Mr. Trump. I can say this about Mr. Trump. I think the main reason why people like him is because of the fact that he is so brutally honest.
But sometimes brutally honest come off as being a jerk, too.
I agree with you on that one, 100%.
No.
But, because to be honest with you, at one point in time, before I learned how to have a little bit of decorum, I was brutally honest. You ask me a question, I give you an answer right out.
To a point, you still are.
Yeah, I suppose. But yeah. Okay, but my wife is like that too. My wife
to a point.
My wife is to a point.
I have.
You're right.
I have decorum, but I will let you know.
I mean, that's what I'm getting at.
You would know my heart.
That's what I'm getting at right there.
Stance.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at right there.
But Trump pretty much told y'all up front, I ain't doing nothing.
He said, I ain't doing shit for y'all.
Me and mine is going to come first on every turn.
There you go. And that's the way it should be. I ain't mad at him because of that either. I'm not mad at that. So,
But you the president for the people. That means you supposed to bring us with you.
I agree with you on that.
Your country say, comes y'all first, y'all second. That's not how that goes.
Right. Yeah, but you have the country to run. That's your job right there.
Exactly.
That's your job. So,
But politics as a whole, we keep blaming Trump and, like the show topic, Trump Circus too, because it is all a circus.
Yeah, it really
Trump is the head clown for sure.
Oh, no doubt.
But a lot of these other ones, Haley, the lady, DeSantis, the Clantis, what's the black man name? Timmy. Excuse me. Biden. I think is that man that was Trump's vice president.
Spence.
Pence.
I'm sorry.
I think he's trying to run. You mean tell me all these educated political minds that we have here in this country, those are the best that we have to choose from? With that being said, that's why I'm so I don't have a favorite. To me, honestly, I really don't have a dog in the fight.
And that's why
politically,
I asked that question.
Republican, Democrat, I'm not going to lie. You and I talked about this the other day. Listen to Cornel West a lot when I see him trying to explain to us why he's running for presidency. Still don't get it. I just don't have a dog in the fight. Well, I just don't.
Well, the thing, man,
they might as well put The Rock in there. I heard a lot of people say he should run, or Oprah.
To be honest with you, they are probably better candidates than what's out there.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm just being honest with you. Neither one of them has any political experience whatsoever. But then again, neither does Trump.
That was just because Trump didn't either. He got in there.
Exactly. So, look at Arnold Schwarzenegger. He ran for governor and won and had no political experience whatsoever.
Now, you see, he's not still Newsom is the governor now.
Yeah, Gavin Newsom is the governor.
But when he was in there, he did California pretty well. They did pretty well when he was in there. They said they lost a lot of money, but I don't remember the what you call it, the economic divide go down in California at all. I heard they gained more people out there. They didn't lose citizens out there. So he must have been doing something right that somebody will take their money and go out there.
Yeah, it's mainly because of his name, but yeah, that's a given. But the point is, That's why I asked that question in the beginning of this conversation. Who do you vote for? Mm-hmm. Now, me personally, I would never ever tell a person not to vote. I get in trouble for that shit. But I would tell people right now, please have some decorum about what you do with your vote. Malcolm X told us decades ago, listen to that speech, the ballot or the bullet. It will tell you, leverage your vote to your advantage. Don't just vote blindly just to be voting. That's dumb. That makes no sense. I've always said that. I will continue to say that. Voting blindly makes no sense whatsoever. Right. What we need to do is leverage our vote. If you don't see a candidate that you like, don't vote for them. It's that simple.
It's hard to say that because you want to do your due diligence because your country.
I agree.
Your forefathers fought hard for you that right.
And I agree with you on that point.
But just don't go out there clicking tickets and you don't agree with nothing they're saying.
There you go. That's my whole point right there.
So that means it's going to be a lot of people not voting.
Exactly.
Because I don't agree with nothing nobody out here said.
Hell no.
Look at what Trump said about the war. So that man is intelligent. What part is that intelligent?
None. Not any. In the words of Trick Daddy, not nan part of intelligence.
You don't know now.
But again, man, it's sad that the political pool is so saturated with idiots now, and that's pretty much what they are.
Cause what he said was, Habazaleh. He said he's a sworn enemy of Israel. Called him very smart, and then Netanyahu, I even say his name, Benjamin. Mm-hmm. He said he's not prepared for what Hamas is about to do.
Okay.
So you're going with the attackers? So you're in favor of the attackers?
Who said that? Trump?
Trump. So you saying the man who's killing children, raping women, dragging old people up the street is very smart?
Yeah, it's the same person said grab him by the pussy.
You know what? You right. And a lot of people over there has died. I think it's like almost 1,400 people over there died. And there has been some Americans over there who died. So I think I can see why American is involved a little bit for those, those couple of people that passed away. But still, again, we need to stop putting our nose in situations that don't belong to us. I hate that those people's over there. I think someone was over there like as you know how they go and do the pilgrimage through Israel and stuff like that. I think they was over there for that. I think some people actually working there for all the different political factors there. I hate that they lost their lives, but we have more over here to worry about. Not to say their lives are not justified, but we need to start to hang over here because we do not need another 9/11. We do not need to have another war over here because it's a war every day.
Oh yeah, especially with black people. We fight a war every day, man. We wake up in the morning, we're in the middle of something.
I don't know. And like I said, like even when Trump ran the first time, I kept saying, "You mean tell we finna put somebody in office who doesn't have any political background?"
And that's exactly what you did.
He don't even
that's
have.
Exactly what they did. Not you.
He's filed bankruptcy time, so obviously he's not a decent businessman. And this is who we gonna put in office. Unbeknownst to me, I went to bed that night because Hillary was winning. And I was like, yes, we're going to have our first woman president. And I woke up the next morning and I damn near fell out of bed when everybody kept saying, congratulations to Trump. He's president.
I knew he was going to win.
I didn't. I really didn't.
I did.
I just didn't think that as intelligent as we call ourselves to be, college educated as we're supposed to be, Republicans are supposed to be the smartest people or the smartest a political party there is, and they nominated Trump.
Yep.
And got behind him and got him in there. That's crazy to me. I know you're supposed to give everybody a chance, but you gave somebody a chance. Who can he run his businesses? Mm-hmm. And now it's coming down the pipeline. He lied about his business. This man has been a rich kid all his life.
Pretty much.
He got his money from his dad, and even his own dad told him, "You're not going to be successful." That's pretty bad. Even though your dad gave you the money and told you, "I'm going to give you this money, but you're not going to be successful." And he pretty much just played his daddy hand.
Yep.
Again, when this man was in office for 4 years, what did he do for this country?
Nothing.
I mean, it didn't go down or anything, but I didn't see no progress either.
None.
We went through a whole saga of COVID.
Government shut down.
So many different stories. Government shut down. A lot of us lost our jobs.
Yep.
A lot of people perished.
Yep.
I know that wasn't on his watch, but I still think he knew about COVID being man-made.
Oh, he knew. They all knew. I've always said that. You know, the footage and the confession finally came out that it was made in a laboratory. But that's something I've been saying since day one. But you know that. So, you know, I don't know, man. I'm like you at this point. You know, I've already told people, man, that if I don't see anybody that I like that's running, I'm not going to vote. Just like last time. Just like last time. And I can honestly tell y'all, man, you know, I don't want to put our business all the way out there, but my wife was a little bit upset when I didn't vote. She really was.
Yeah, because like I said, you know, your ancestors fought for you to have that, I just said the word a minute ago, privilege.
Right.
That's a privilege.
And I
because
agree with
they
you.
sweat, blood, and tears.
Right, I agree with you. I never said
but
you
I
were
can't
wrong.
hold that against you either. Because like you just said, if you don't see that you have someone that align with your political views, you just pretty much casting a vote for somebody who don't need to be in there.
There you go. Exactly.
I get it. I wholeheartedly get it.
But on the other side of the coin, my wife was a little bit upset. But then again, my wife had nothing but respect for me because I held true to my convictions. And when you do that, y'all, trust me, you know, you gotta hold true to your convictions. We were talking about that earlier when we went to lunch. That once you hold true to your convictions, nothing else can waver. Anything, you know, that's pretty much all that matters. Just stay true to yourself.
Yeah.
But
I mean, just think about it. Trump is running for president in 2024. He's
Right.
a 2024 candidate. And he pretty much giving praise to one of our top allies. What did that tell you? If he get in office, because he said once he get in there, he going to get back, and that's how I meant to say, he going to get back everybody that he felt like did him wrong for him not winning that second term. Once he get back at all them, he might get back at a lot of us and then just take side with Russia, Israel, Hamas, China. And then where we going to be?
well, you know, he's a bully anyway. That's pretty much what he is.
Him and his family go underground in a bunker. And the rest of us is going to be like that movie you saw in the Apocalypse. We just going to be burnt up.
Pretty much.
And that's who's running for political office. Again.
The highest office in the land. The most powerful man in the so-called free world.
It's absurd. It's absurd that that's, like I said, that's the type of rhetoric that is running for the highest seat in the land.
Right.
And there's pretty much nothing we can do about it.
Not a damn thing.
But what's even more absurd, that there are other people, common citizens, who have the same ideology as he do, and that's why they vote for him. So,
Yeah, I agree.
it's hard because, like I said before, I keep preaching the same thing.
Right.
You have to vote just on the premise of your ancestors. You have to vote for a change to come. You have to vote hoping that things will get better for this country. But I don't know. I don't see, out of the list of people who's out there now, not even Biden. I think Biden need to get up out of there too.
Oh,
and
man,
the other ones that's running, I don't see anything in their political profile that they have online and show what they do, what they stand for, that I can relate to. Not even Nikki. Y'all know I will prefer a woman because it's time. Because other countries are thriving beautifully with women leaders. But I don't agree with nothing she has either. Nikki Haley. I don't.
Right.
I don't.
Right.
So, again, Rock, Oprah, throw your head in the game. They'll probably get in there. Because we like putting unknowns they're known famously, but they're not known politically, and because of their name is known worldwide, the other countries know them, so they might be like, okay, yeah, I go ahead and talk to Oprah.
That's why Ronald Reagan won when he ran. He served 2 terms.
Yep.
So that's why he won when he ran, and that's why Arnold Schwarzenegger won in California.
This is not high school. We shouldn't be voting because of popularity vote.
I agree.
Or because you was a famous actress, or that Rocky's a famous finest wrestler, and Oprah because he done, you get a car, you get a car, you get a car. We shouldn't vote for that. What about your mentality? What about your well-being? What about your children's future? Right. What about your future? Honestly, I feel like if God don't call me home, I will not have the sense or the enjoyment like my mom and dad had of retirement. I think I'll be working till my dying day.
I hope not.
That's why I say I pray, but I don't see how and how not. I got my Social Security statement the other day. What they showed me I'll be getting every month, I damn near cried. I said, as hard as I've been working all my life.
Same deal with me.
This is all I would get if I decided to take Social Security right now.
Same deal with me.
I'm literally eating cat food and dog food. But sometimes that food do be smelling good, though. Because we know we had Winston over here. And we would give him some of them little puppetry. We're like, that real beef? You know. But I literally feel like, and I used to like, oh my God, them old people eat. I understand now. Because you cannot make it what they try to give you hard as you work. And this is all you think that I can get for a monthly salary? Crazy.
It's abysmal, man, because they think that
everybody can't be millionaires.
Yes, right. That's come on now.
Everybody
I'm glad you said
can't
that.
be. I mean, we're trying to save our money.
Yeah.
But how are we supposed to save our money? One year we're doing good, and the next year gas high, bread high, food high, mortgage high, insurance high. Everything comes up, but we didn't get no high in our paycheck.
Come on now.
So how do you equate that?
I'm
still getting the same income, but all my expenses went up. Anybody know revenue and expenses? Come on now.
Man, come on, man.
So where you think I'm going to get that? So that means anything that I save, I have to touch my savings just to make it month to month.
Yeah.
Make it make sense.
Yeah, you got to stretch that bill money out.
Make it make sense. How am I supposed to save when y'all done raise up everything? And I mean everything.
Now, I can honestly say, I ain't going to put all the business out there, but I can honestly say between me, my wife, and
No, we don't. We don't. Like I was telling my friend the other day, both of us need to get 2 other incomes just to make it. Honestly, because I would listen to Susie Osman. Is that her name? Mm-hmm. The money guru lady. Yeah. And she was saying at this point in 2023, if you don't have at least 2 stream of income, I have 2, you have 2, we won't make it. With 2 incomes, you're considered what is it? Not middle class. What's one of middle class? You're pretty much living paycheck to paycheck. If you're making over $100,000 a year, you're living paycheck to paycheck.
And that's sad.
You need to be making. She said you need to be making between $200,000 to $250,000 now to be even considered. Okay.
Wow.
Okay, not even successful, not even wealthy, not even prosperous. You have to be making that to be okay. So no, sir, I don't agree with that. Because we need to get some more jobs around here. And that's sad. And just imagine we had children.
Oh, man.
I can't. And again, like I said, I've taken civics. I've taken government.
Yeah.
We are a country that produce our own money. I know we just can't go to the federal mint and just like, hey, produce $600 billion. But it's kind of funny when things happen to other countries, we have that money in reserve.
Yeah.
But when we have all these migrants coming over here, where is that money? People sleeping on the ground. Not the floor, the ground, the cement.
Well, I ain't worried about the migrants too bad, but I'm more worried about...
because they need assistance too.
I agree with you to a certain
point.
They
coming to this country for something.
I agree with you. I mean, they're coming here for a reason, but on the other side of the coin, what about the citizens that are already here?
Oh, true. You're right.
Mean, that's
them
my,
too. Them as well.
That's my whole deal. The citizens that are already here. More specifically, the black citizens.
Homeless.
Yeah.
Just say the homeless. The homeless is outrageous in America. Why are we supposed to be one of the richest countries? Do we even have homelessness?
There should not be a homeless person on the street.
No.
Not one.
Not at all.
But
we do. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. You can see them all up under the bridges and overpasses all the time.
Healthcare. Ridiculous.
Yeah. Oh, man. This is the only...
Old people can't buy their medicine. Ridiculous.
We were talking about that at lunch.
But you don't never hear... Now, to go to these different people platforms that's running, they might mention it a little bit. It's like a little one-line item. No, you need to elaborate what you're going to do for the expensive, I call them mafia, which is the drug industry.
That's exactly what they are.
Not the drug industry.
Legalized drug dealers.
Yeah, but we call them what they pharmaceutical companies.
Right.
They're like the mafia.
That's what they are.
I can't think of nothing else because everything else is so high. Expensive, like with the UAW right now, United.
Yeah, let's talk about that for a minute.
Then people have to go on strike
to get a pay raise.
That they haven't had
in decades.
To get better benefits that they haven't had
in decades.
That's crazy to me. They started producing these products, these new generations of products, these new ideas that these engineers are coming up with.
Right.
They putting in the blood, sweat, and tears to get these products out to the masses. But what the owners are making? I've heard this once. Well, I always listen to podcasts. This podcast said that one owner of a Chrysler or a Ford, his monthly income equates to 150 workers. Now, mind you, these workers make between $28 and $30 some an hour.
Right.
So you're probably clearing about a $1,900, $2,000 check every 2 weeks. So that's about $38,000, $4,000 a month. So this man check equates to 150 times 4,000. And you can't give these people a raise or give them better benefits? That's crazy.
That's called greed.
Let me get my calculator. You're going to have me get my calculator because I want to know what that is.
That's greed. That's all it is. That's just greed.
And then had the audacity, some of the people that was on the picking line, you're laying them off.
Left and right.
That's crazy. This 150 times 4,000 is $600,000 a month. Multiply that times 12 months in a year. They're clearing $7,200,000. That's... Well, I heard Trump do the same thing. I heard Trump employ only Mexicans because pretty much a majority of them are illegal. And at that time when he was in business, he had Trump Towers and all that other investment property he had. They were the only one that, he would let work for them because they were pretty much what they say, they take anything. And he didn't treat them well at all. At all.
That really shouldn't surprise anybody.
But this is the person we want running the most richest country in the world. You're right. It's all about greed because everybody's trying to get the dollar. They just trying to get the dollar, and I don't understand that. I mean, we like what's that old saying? We all can eat. We all can eat. We all need to eat, but we don't need nobody being bullies about it or try to outbid the next person because they want the seat just because. Because I question a lot of these people. Even with Trump, why do you want to be president? You bored? You've already had it before. What you want again for?
I think Trump wants to be president because you got to think about this. Trump is a powerful man. Let's just call it what it is. He's a powerful man.
He's a lying man. He's not powerful.
I agree with you on that. He's definitely
lied
a liar.
about his power.
I
so
agree with
technically, he's not powerful.
Right. Good point. Really good
He's
point.
not.
Really good point. Really good point.
I feel like when you're powerful, it shows in your actions. It shows in your day-to-day walk. It shows in your income. He supposedly had the income, but it was all a farce. So now that the truth is coming out, they say that man is not even close to what he claimed he has. So what is he? That's why he keep filing bankruptcy.
Yeah.
And the way they do bankruptcy now, you can file bankruptcy and still be a millionaire. I don't understand that. I thought you filed bankruptcy when you probably had like $2 left in the bank.
Mm-hmm. And you can't pay your bills.
I don't know.
Bankruptcy was originally designed as a safety net. Okay? And with it being a safety net, it was supposed to help you to consolidate your debt so that way you can pay that debt off. So that way in a 5 to 12 year, 7 to 12 year stretch, then you should be able to pay off your debt, which hypothetically speaking is supposed to work. But being that the economy's in the tank, it's a lot more people filing for bankruptcy now. And that's the sad part about the situation. And that's why the economy's in the tank the way it is right now, because you got way too many people out there that's accumulated all this debt. And the reason why they accumulated all this debt is because of the government shutdown that happened under his watch.
Right.
People couldn't work. They couldn't go to work.
Right.
Because of the whole COVID scare. Because he didn't listen to his predecessor about what was coming from overseas.
Even now, with the Republicans threatening to shut down the government now, why are we shutting down the government?
The government should never shut down.
It's like it's an entertainment factor. It's just like tuning into like a reality show. What they gonna do now? What they gonna do? It's like they making a mockery of America. And we put you guys in these positions in congressional seats because we thought that you'll get in those seats and do the best of your ability for the benefit of the people.
I agree.
But it's like a high school up there. Like, well, we don't like you, so we're not gonna vote you in. He needs 221 votes. We're not gonna get him 221 votes. We just gonna get somebody else. We gonna bring him back. Y'all fired the man, the House Speaker. Now you trying to bring him back because nobody else can get as many votes that they're supposed to get per the law.
Yeah.
This is silly. It's high school.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna talk to Trina. You know, cause Trina's sitting over there, and she had Michael her three-way the other day, and I didn't like that. She and Michael, childish.
Yeah.
Childish.
Right.
But these are our leaders
they
who write laws, who supposed to be in the best interest of my livelihood. Let me live my life. Don't do nothing for me. Don't do nothing for me. I don't want no laws.
Don't do me any kind of favors.
Just let me run amok. Let me just take my chance.
Don't do me any favors. Just leave me alone and let me do my thug thistle and we'll be all right.
I remember we was in school. They used to bring the police up there, and they supposed to be the number one person we run to. So you can't trust the police.
You damn sure can't trust them now.
You can't trust your government officials. Getting to the point you can't touch your preacher.
Oh man, yeah.
Just like I wanted to touch on I think we touched on sport about, like our preacher said today, bringing guns to church. And I know people want to protect themselves at what Malcolm say, by any means necessary.
Right.
I understand. I'm not crazy to that. I know this is where we live in. I'm gonna get you before you get me.
Right.
But come on, we can't even go to church,
a house of worship,
for 2.5 hours without somebody coming there trying to protect the OK Corral. But I get it, because like I said, the fair is going on down here. What happened the other day?
A fight.
Shooting at the
Some
fair.
bullshit.
First, a couple of weeks, it was a week ago, it was a fight. And now the other day, it was a shooting. All them people, millions of people go to the fair every day. And y'all chose to fight because I seen him walking toward me and I didn't know it was about to jump off. Excuse me? Okay. Now, if him and two other guys are coming towards you, are they the only three coming towards you, or was it a crowd of people coming towards you?
Good question.
And when you shoot your gun, like that bullet could be like, I'm going to miss this lady holding this baby, and I'm going to go to boy, your aim not that straight, because you already there, because you're probably shaking. And your bullet's not going to go, most of the time, toward the target. Because if it did, how them other 6 people get hurt?
You know what? And I hate that excuse. I hate that excuse a bullet ain't got no name. You're just trying to justify you fucking up and killing somebody, killing an innocent person.
Exactly.
There's just no justification for that.
I was just trying to protect myself because, girl.
You weren't trying to protect nobody. You're a little bitch. You can't fight. That's pretty much what it is. That's pretty much what it is. Mike Epps had a joke. He said, guns don't kill people. People that can't fight kill people.
Exactly.
Now, as funny as that is, he's absolutely correct. Usually the people that carry guns are people that can't fight. Now, when we was coming up, there was like 2-3 people that had guns. Maybe. But we knew why they had guns. Because they couldn't fight. Now, you could throw them things now. That was a whole different thing. Nobody really messed with you because you was known as a fighter. Just like when I was growing up, I was known, oh, that's a kung fu dude right there. Don't mess with him. So, and I never really got messed with. So, and my friend Kwame was known as a fighter, because nobody messed with Kwame because Kwame was short and he was stout, and Kwame's cousin Tony was definitely known as a fighter. So, that's the problem. It's not this. It's not the gun that's the problem. It's the people that has the gun that's the problem. All right. So I don't have an issue with someone packing the piece. That's not the problem.
Nope.
It's the mindset behind the person with the piece. You know what I mean? So, and like Michael said, guns don't kill people. People that can't fight do, and that's pretty much what the problem is. Now, hypothetically speaking, like let's say if I'm out and about and you're at the house by yourself and you got the hammer with you, somebody trying to break in, you shoot first and ask questions later. I understand that part.
Like my daddy said, he said if they out there, pull their ass in the door. Mm-hmm. He said, cause yeah. Cause you must want to be in here. So whatever happened when you got in here, I say it all the time on this show: consequences and repercussions.
There you go. That's exactly it.
Slow singing, flower bringing. I don't want it to go there, but better you than me.
That's it. Well, since we don't have anybody in the chat room, I'm not going to open the phone lines.
But I did before we get here. I want to mention a story that has me so bewildered.
Talk about it.
I have no idea how to explain it. I wish somebody can call me and explain it.
Let's talk about it.
I love me some Reverend Al, and I listen to his podcast every day. And this man has been preaching about the Fearless Fund and what they are doing to these black women, black female entrepreneurs who has created the Fearless Fund to help assist and give grants to black females to become an entrepreneur. Mm-hmm. One entrepreneur pulling another entrepreneur up by the bootstrap. Ain't that what they tell us to do?
Yeah.
Okay. So these sisters are being sued because they feel like they're I'm gonna read it what it say. A panel of federal appellate judges has temporarily blocked an Atlanta-based venture fund from awarding $20,000 grants to black female entrepreneurs, saying that the program was quote-unquote racially exclusive and substantially likely to violate a federal law prohibiting racial discrimination in other races.
Wow!
I'm so bewildered by this story because I'm just going to put it out there. As a white woman, you pretty can walk into any bank or any loan capital place. Tell them your plight. Tell them your vision. I want to open up a dog shoe place. Sure, here you go. $100,000. I want to open up a home health care facility that's going to take care of older people. Well, your credit is not so good. Well, there's so many of those going around. Well, we just don't have it right now. So these two sisters took it upon themselves to garnish the funds from other people who felt and agreed with what they was trying to do, and help them build the capital so they can express it out to other female entrepreneurs. And now y'all trying to say that's kind of borderline racist? Because that's how I'm taking this. Am I taking this wrong?
No.
So tell me, how is that racist if I'm trying to pull, like y'all told us to do, pull ourselves up by our bootstraps? And now y'all trying to sue us. I'm trying to find this man name who brought the case about, because he is also the same man who brought the case up about oh god, I'm losing my train of thought. What did he do? Trying to take away civil rights. He was I felt like that the civil rights need to be reconstructed. What need to be reconstructed about it? His name is Judge Charles L. Wilson.
He's a white dude?
Of course.
I already knew it.
He's the one that's pretty much brought this case against these sisters, saying that it's, for lack of a better word, racist of them to just only give money to other black women. They need to open up their doors and try to give it to other races. Mexican women are considered minority. They'll get along before I do. White women are considered minority, which I do not understand, but they'll get along before I do. But when I take my black ass up in there, they tell me, oh, we out of money.
Oh, don't forget about lesbians. They're considered a minority, too.
Exactly. Of course. LBQ2P, LMP, QRSTP, they'll get it too. Mm-hmm. When I take myself in there, I got my business plan. I have my portfolio.
Right.
I just need a little bit more. I can't get it. So I want to do kudos to these two women. I have their names here.
Well, let me say
Ayanna Pearson and oh god, I lost the other one's name. Hold on. Ayanna Pearson. Oh, excuse me, my allergies. Oh god, hold on. I'll tell you in a minute. Oh, Arian Simone.
Okay, well, let me say this about that. I'm going to go ahead and say this, and a lot of people that listens to me are not going to agree with me, but you know how I feel about that. That's just a case of I'm white and I say so.
That's sick.
I agree with you on that, but that's how they feel. They feel that, you know, if a black person does something, we have to include everybody in it. Okay, just like with reparations. The reason why that personally I would love to see us get reparations, I would love to see it, but I really can't see it happening because with the way the government sees it, white people can't capitalize on it. So therefore, we're not going to get it, and I'm going to expand upon that later on down the line. But that being said, the reason why they're saying that it's racist is because white people can't capitalize off of it. Okay, so it's a classic case of, like I said, I'm white and I say so. And like you said, they want to pull us up by our bootstraps, but it's kind of difficult for us to pull ourselves up by our bootstraps when you keep taking the boots. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So that right there is a classic case of them taking the boots. I mean, these sisters are doing something for black women, which I ain't got a problem with, because black people.
I don't even understand why they're having legal challenges, though.
They shouldn't. They're not going through a bank. I think that's the problem right there. It's a not-for-profit, and they're pretty much helping people out.
But we're pulling ourselves by our bootstraps.
I agree with you on that.
Of course, Ben Crump is a part of this as well. But I agree with him. He kind of sounds like Tyree. What more do we have to do? We steady doing what you ask us to do, and then when we do it, you come with another thorn in the bush.
Yeah. They keep moving the goalposts.
That's what's racist.
Yeah.
If you want to think about it, that's what's racist.
Think about this, though.
Because y'all not getting a part of the pie, y'all got a problem with it. Y'all have the whole pie.
Exactly.
We just want a piece of the rim, of the crumb. What do you call that?
The crust.
The crust. Y'all have the whole pie. Mm-hmm. The filling, the pan that came in,
the oven that goes in.
Exactly. I don't.
Well, like I said, it's a whole classic case of, you know, if I'm not benefiting from it. Because think about this for a second. Let's go back into history for a minute. Back when the Dawes Commission were taking the Native American people and putting them on what they call the Dawes Rolls. Okay, white people wanted some of that too. So what did they do? They came up to the dolls commissioner and slipped him $5 under the table and said, "Put my name on that dolls roll." And those commissioners were dirty as hell anyway, so they stamped it. Okay, congratulations, you're a Cherokee. Here's your land voucher. Do what you want to do with it. Congratulations, you're a Chickasaw. Here's your land voucher. Do what you want to do with it. Congratulations, you're an Apache. And that's why you got so many blonde-haired, blue-eyed Native Americans out there. They ain't got that much Indian blood in them. But because they're on the Dawes Commission, you know, they can benefit from it. And that's the reason why. Because that's the main reason why, number one, black people won't get reparations, because white folks won't be able to get a piece of it. And number two, that's the reason why these sisters are having so much problem, because white folks don't have a say so as to whether or not they get a piece of it.
But they have generational wealth. A lot of us is not joined or born with generational wealth.
I agree with you on that point.
This is a chance for us to have economic freedom.
That's the problem.
Can we be free? Do we have to be on government assistance for the rest of our lives?
Whether you know it or not, you just answered your own question.
I don't understand that though. Why do we have to be the ones?
Because they need something to look down upon. That's how white supremacy works. They have to be somebody to be supreme over.
Well, I appreciate Brother Crump. I appreciate Brother Al Sharp. There's a lot of other heavy hitters that are getting behind these two young ladies and their especially them, but their whole organization, like the NAACP, Legal Defense Fund,
right,
Women's Law Center, the Crutches Law. I mean, it's a lot of different organizations getting behind it. So I feel like if they are trying to pick this organization off, I think they're gonna lose. I think if they're trying to run this organization down, they're trying to make them do something that's not their intention of their organization from the start, they're going to be, you know what? I hate to say this, young ladies, but if you guys lose, just close the whole thing down. Find another avenue to do. Because I don't think you have to conform to the masses and start giving your vision of helping empowering black entrepreneurs, giving your funds to white people or Italian people or Asian people, because that wasn't your plight when you had this vision in your head. So I guess that's just me being petty. I think I've been hanging around you too long because I'm getting petty. I would just shut the whole thing down and find another way, get something else started. And if they're going to take me to court each and every time, I'll be getting me a couple of nice suits together, and I'll be going to court each and every time.
Well, they shouldn't be taking them to court.
Change.
They shouldn't be taking them to court at all.
But they saying it's like it's going against what I said a minute ago, like.
But how is it doing that though?
Exactly. That's why I said I wish somebody can explain that to me. I mean,
somebody needs to explain that to me, because you got black people helping black people. That's not a problem to me. I don't have a problem with that. Just like you have, there are some programs out there that's strictly for Hispanic people, people of Hispanic descent. Black people can't apply for that.
What's this new Asian?
There's lots of Asian benefits.
What are they?
Pacific Islanders.
Yeah, Pacific Islanders.
Yeah. Asians. Yeah. Asian Americans and Pacific Islanders. They have programs out there that helps them that strictly helps them. But when it comes to black people, we gotta help everybody. Come on.
You see so many nail salons, so many liquor stores, beauty supplies, and they're mostly
Asian owned.
Whatever it is, Islanders, Asians, Koreans. What's the one who do your nails?
Just say Asian, leave it there.
Yeah, that's what I said. The whole spectrum
of Asians. Yeah.
Disrespectful, tight-eyed people. The people with the tight eyes.
Yeah.
So how are they coming over here with that money? No.
Nope, they're not.
They're applying for loans. No, they don't even get loans. They get grants. So that means they getting stuff they ain't got to pay back.
It's the same deal to think about this, though. You can go to Oak Cliff right now, and you go to a convenience store. Who's behind the counter?
That's what I'm saying.
Who's behind the counter?
Yeah.
Arabs. East Indians. And they got fucked up attitudes towards black people.
Hurry up and get what you want to get out of here. Excuse me?
Motherfucker, I just got in here.
I don't even want nothing. Bye. You can have it.
Shit. Take those stale shit anyway. But
here
anyway,
it is. They saying that the Fearless Fund discriminates against non-people of color.
that's the whole point.
How? It says we are a minority-led organization that's trying to assist Black women entrepreneurs. They had it in their plight. They didn't hide nothing. It's in the title of their synopsis.
But like I said, white people can't benefit from it. Now, see, with that Asian and Pacific,
how's that discrimination?
It's not, because white people. It's not. It's just a matter of why I'm white and I say so. You see what I mean? That's what it is. I'm white and I say so.
They keep saying they want us all to be equal. We can't.
No, they don't want that. No, that's bullshit. They do not want that. Trust me, they don't want that.
They say that though.
They say it, but they don't want it.
We all should be equal. No, we're not.
No,
we can't, because stuff like this is
making
us not
equal. They
want
us to be equal when it comes to
convenience
us.
for them.
Exactly my point. When it comes to us, they want to be equal. They can be as unequal and as biased as they want to be, but when it comes to us, we got to share everything with everybody. Again, like I said, when that one Asian dude got his ass kicked by an African immigrant, by the way, it wasn't even a black person. It was an African immigrant that kicked his ass. That law got passed overnight, and they benefit from that law.
I'm trying to find it's 3. Hold on. The Fearless Fund was founded in 2019 by 3 Black women. So let me find it. I want to shout out her name as well. Because I think this is awesome. It was founded in 2019 by 3 Black women. The Fearless Fund has championed economic empowerment and opportunity for women of color.
Right.
So I'm pretty sure they had to lay that out when they tried to apply for their LLC, whatever they have.
Right.
So like I said, it wasn't they put it in there as a footnote. It was spelled out in the title.
Right.
Okay, I don't know. Like I said, I'm having a hard time with this story. I hope they win, because this is asinine. That some congressman is trying to take them to court. Well, not take them. They are in the process of being in court.
Right.
I don't know. I just hope it comes out in their favor, and they can continue to assist Black women, to empower them to become entrepreneurs.
Right.
Again, you tell us to be, you don't want us to be separate but equal. You want us to pull ourselves up by our bootstrap. Here's an organization that's trying to assist us with pulling ourselves by our bootstrap, get off the system, get off of food stamps. We're trying to do that, but by you filing this court case, what is that doing? That's pushing us back down the track a little bit further.
And that's what they want. That's exactly what they want. Because again, like I said, they're not benefiting from it. If they were benefiting from it, it'd be a whole different thing. I give you a prime example of what I'm talking about. The Nation of Islam is strictly independent. They have no government assistance to keep their doors open. They have their own farms. They have their own stores. They have the whole 9. White people hate that about the Nation of Islam. So the first thing they start trying to do is demonize Louis Farrakhan and his whole organization.
Okay, here we go. Ayanna Pearson, Jessica Alba, and Arian Simone, they started the Fearless Venture Capital Summit in Atlanta.
Yeah.
But Parson and Simone launched the Fearless Fund to provide venture capital to women entrepreneurs of color. Now let me ask you this. Most of the people who got those PPE loans were what?
Shit.
They was even celebrities. Shout out to Brett Favre. Hello?
He committed all kinds of fraud.
Hello?
And he's still
has
walking
he done,
around.
Have you heard him paying back anything?
And he ain't paid nan part of that. And
Hello?
he ain't been to nobody's court.
Hello? Isn't that discrimination? Because most of those PPE loans went to who?
Mm-hmm.
People who had businesses already. White people.
Right. Mostly white people, yeah.
But here these people, these young ladies didn't do nothing with the PPE loans. Mm-hmm. They got this capital up themselves.
Yep.
By going to big companies and asserting their values and their plight. These companies got behind them like, okay, I think that's a good idea. They raised the capital. Is that the problem? Because they raised the capital themselves?
Yep.
Is that what it says?
That's exactly it.
Okay. So stop lying and say you want us to be economic free then, because you don't.
They don't.
You want us to get $100 a month and then $1,000 in food. So how do they even equate? Who eats $1,000 in food a month?
I can't.
You'll give me $1,000 in food stamp, but $100 pay my bills with, and light bill is $300-$400 a month because it's hot as hell outside.
Hell yeah.
I want to bring this up because I don't know if anybody has heard about it. I thought this was the most asinine case I had ever heard.
I'm glad you did.
Like I said, I heard about the Fearless one, but I really didn't know a lot about it. Like I said, I heard Reverend Al and his daughter Dominique always mentioning it, but then just hearing him talk about it and the sadness in his voice. But then he turned around and said, we got to get behind it and help these sisters. And that's why, like I said, I don't know who will hear this, but please, if you can, get behind these sisters. Let's let this case be thrown out and support these sisters for doing what they're doing. Because first of all, they're young black women. They're not, I'm going to say something bad. They're not athletes. They're not so-called rappers. They're not cosmetologists. They are business women.
I like how she said so-called rappers.
We don't have no rappers out now.
Showed off.
I mean, I love Queen, but she not rapping real hard. I know MC Lyte is on tour, but she ain't had nothing new. Who's Yo-Yo? Cool's me. She don't have nothing. Well, I think she do have something new.
She coming out with something new.
Yeah, but it's not out right now. That's why I said these so-called rappers that's out now, right now, no.
And I got something to say about those so-called MCs myself, because for those of you who don't know, I'm a really big hip hop head. My wife will tell you that. I love hip hop. And the BET Awards. Oh Lord. The BET Hip Hop Awards. Wow. Lord have mercy. Now, the highlight of the show to me are the ciphers. As a rapper myself, I like to hear other people spit. None of these ciphers were even remotely good. Am I wrong in saying that?
The only part that I like is when Bun B came out there.
Now, thank you. Bun B did a cipher, man. It was off the chisel.
He gave homage to Texas first and foremost.
Of course, that's what he's supposed to do.
And I like that, but all the rest of that,
that's what he's supposed to do. Now, for those of you who don't know, hip hop.
How you Fred? I'ma say I'm Flea. What?
Yeah.
What?
Let's not go there. Let's not go there.
All right, she flee.
Let's not go there. Okay. But anyway, in those hip hop awards. Now, for those of you who don't know, about the only good thing that they did was they paid homage to one of my production icons, DJ Marley Marl. For those of you who don't know, DJ Marley Marl is responsible for bringing sampling to hip hop. Okay? And he pretty much revolutionized that pretty much changed the game, for lack of a better term, in hip hop. That's the only thing that they really did. But since hip hop just turned 50, so they say, just turned 50, hip hop has actually been around since the mid to late 60s. But since hip hop officially turned 50 years old, according to them, the one thing I didn't like about the whole thing was that they didn't pay any kind of respect to any of the OGs in hip hop. You didn't see not one Grandmaster Flash. You didn't see not one Melly Mel. You didn't see not one Grandmaster Cass. Melly Mel was there? I didn't see Melly Mel.
Who did they give homage to?
Marley Marl, baby.
Oh, Marley Marl. Okay.
No Melly Mel. No
Too Short.
Grandmaster Cass. No Too Short.
I like Too Short.
No Too Short. I mean, he's considered an OG in the game. You didn't see no OGs in the game. The only thing you saw was a whole bunch of bullshit. The only OG was Bun B.
Wait, no.
Well, they said, okay, punk ass LL.
Wait, hold on. Watch your words.
And my man Rakim.
Easy now. Let's correct that. LL Cool J. Not punk ass.
I call him punk ass because my wife has a bit of a crush on him. But anyway,
yeah, he came out there representing because
I agree with you on that. I agree with you on that.
He helped him with one of his albums, and he pretty much tore it up.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, Rakim, he did all right.
Oh, Rakim's a god MC. Come on, man. But anyway, yeah, I give you that. But
now the part that got me is when what's his name? Swiss Beats had to make the audience stand up,
man,
and clap to recognize that this man was the one who started sampling. That pretty much
they didn't know.
Everyone
half
is
of them didn't know
using
who
now.
Marley Marl was there.
Right. That was
half of them didn't know who Marley Marl was.
Mm-hmm.
That was the sad part.
Yeah.
But I made it my business not to watch it. The only time I watched it is when Bun B did his freestyle and when LL and Rakim did that thing. That's the only time I watched it.
Well, I pretty much looked at all of it, and Hot Mess from the start with Sexy Red and Lil Baby.
Oh my God, yeah.
I like the Jermaine Dupri little breakdown. That was cool.
Yeah, so that thing.
Of course, LL paying homage to
Marley Marl.
But yeah.
It was a bunch of bullshit, y'all.
Yeah.
You know, basically. I mean, BET has gone downhill very fast.
Now, you know, they trying to keep up with the culture. Is that what they call it?
If you want to call it that.
And, you know, you got to keep it with, like, social media and stuff like that. The one that I saw, I forgot the other guy name, but Charlamagne the God, they both posted, they were upset that they gave Carisha, one of the City Girls, the best podcast award. I think she come on once a month or every other week or something. This man is with the Breakfast Club every day.
I think it should have been. I think it should have been. There's several hip hop podcasts out there. Mm-hmm. That one should not even have been mentioned. I mean, you got Drink Champs. I love Drink Champs. That's off the chain.
I think he the one who did it. I think he the one who said, we're not going to talk about... Yeah, I think... What's his name? Oh, Noriega?
Yeah, Nori, yeah.
Yeah, Nori. I think he the one, him and Charlamagne the God, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, Drink Champs...
So you agree with them that it should not have been her?
No, it should not have been. Come on, man. What did she talk about anyway? Nothing. Some bullshit.
Is that the one who let Diddy pee on her? Is that her?
I don't know.
Is that the one he's going Diddy?
I don't know.
I don't know. Like I said, I don't even know who she is.
I don't know who she is. I mean, you know, is that one? The Drink Champ should have been in the mention. The Breakfast Club, of course. What's that one with Math Hoffa? My Expert Opinion.
Joe Budden.
You know, I never seen this podcast.
You never have?
No, I know he has one. I just never seen it.
What's that girl Micah like? Everybody like back in the day, Melissa Ford.
Is she still around?
Yeah, she's on Joe Budden's show.
I know she used to sing. I mean, is she still?
No, Melissa Ford was like a model, Instagram.
Oh, okay. Now I know you're talking about. Okay. I'm getting her mixed up with Melissa Morgan. I'm sorry. Okay. All right. I'm sorry. I got my Melissas mixed up. Anyway.
The first big booty diva.
Okay. All right. So, okay. But anyway, who else is out that has a podcast? Talib Kweli has a podcast.
He said something as well. I have never heard him, but he was one of the ones who was disappointed as well.
Yeah. Well, Talib Kweli and Mos Def used to have a group called Black Star. That's how I know of them. You know, and they were dope as hell. But anyway, there's another one out too that should have been mentioned other than hers because, and I'm like you, I don't know, that was some bullshit. But anyway, I made it my business not to watch it, but I had to watch the God MC and Uncle L do this thing, you know.
Of course.
But
of course.
But other than that, man.
I mean, I remember people be like, I gotta get home. The BET Awards got home. Oh, I gotta get home. The hip hop award, babe. I was like, oh, I just so happy to look at one of that's on TV.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay. But yeah, my wife watched it, you know, and she thought I was some bullshit too until LL got his ass up there.
But of course.
I'm just gonna go ahead and put it out there, y'all.
Of course, darling.
I'm gonna go ahead and put it out there, y'all. When LL came to Fort Worth, I ain't never heard my wife scream as much as I heard her scream.
Well, I screamed louder for him than I did for Ralph. I mean, that's neck and neck. They neck and neck, but L, oh yeah.
And all I did was
when I was young, I was like into hip hop a lot, especially when I got to college.
And I just looked at it, y'all. Just looked at it. I'm like, man.
Yeah. He put on a hell of a show. Like I said, he could have carried the whole show by himself. Even though he had the others
with
there
the catalog
with him,
that he has, yes, he could have.
But he
could have. He could have carried the whole show by himself. But you know, he has one hell of a catalog.
Oh yeah.
So you know,
and got some current stuff out. Even though he's already considered the GOAT.
I won't go that far.
I think he has 10 plus albums.
He's got quite a few albums.
Very relevant. Came out in the 80s?
Came out in
2023, still relevant.
85. He came out in 85 with Radio.
You think Lil Baby gonna be relevant in 1930?
Hell no.
I mean, 2020.
But here's the funny part. I'm glad you mentioned that. Here's the funny part. People have noticed this right here. Mm-hmm. If you notice, the old school MCs, they selling out whole arenas.
It haven't made nothing new.
The new school MCs can't even sell out a Burger King bathroom.
Yep.
Think about that for a second, y'all.
Yep.
I'm telling y'all.
Heard it.
I'm telling y'all, man. And that's just not me saying that. It's the truth. It's the truth. But anyway.
That's what it is.
Yeah, that's what it is, man. You got anything else you want to talk about, baby?
No, I just wanted to get that. We had a good show today.
Oh, yeah.
Trump's going to beat Trump. I don't even know what else to say about this young man.
That's it.
But these sisters, please, if you can, get behind them and support them.
100%.
If any what they call them things, petitions or online GoFundMes, or please get behind them, because I think this is the most asinine case I have ever heard. Like I said, some of these people are wasting taxpayers' money by getting frivolous and stupid cases like this.
It's like I said, it's just it's like I said, it's just that the fact that white people can't benefit from it.
And that's sad.
That's the problem. That's the reason why.
Everything can't, you want it to be equal, but everything can't be equal, because we've been pulling ourselves by our bootstrap for many, many years. We're still trying to catch up to y'all. Let us catch up to y'all first, and then maybe we can be equal. But until then, it won't. And we've been trying to catch up to them since what, 18? Since
they took off the chains.
Exactly. So, I don't know.
Yeah.
A good show, darling.
Yeah, as usual. You know, I mean, like I said, y'all, we were, we normally do the show at 6 o'clock, but we did it at 6:30 today, man, because, we had to set up and everything. But, it is what it is. Mm-hmm. So, but as usual, and I always say this, and I'll continue to say this, I enjoy doing my podcast with my wife.
Absolutely.
I
enjoy doing it with my wife, too.
Mm-hmm. Whatever. Anyway.
But now, this is a very informative show. I love listening to the playback, and it's just so informative. Like, you can sit there and just listen to it and just go, it has a nice flow.
People love the show.
I like cracking jokes a little bit, but it's I've heard some good things. Good things.
Oh yeah, people that have actually listened to the show and they said the same thing. Said, man, you guys, y'all flow so well. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess because we talk like this all the time.
Right.
So, like I said, y'all, I love doing the show with my wife, man, because I say this all the time, and I ain't just saying this. And people think that I just, kiss my wife's ass, but that's not the case. I just love my wife, plain and simple.
No.
I mean, one dude came flat out and said I'm pussy whooped, but
what?
No, bro. I'm sorry.
And when? To who? To me? No.
Nah, bro. I'm not. I just love my wife. Don't let the cute face fool
you. He not now.
Nah, I love my wife, y'all. Trust me. I love my wife.
No.
Plain and simple. So, I just love my wife, and if you don't love your woman, your wife, girlfriend, or whatever, that's on
yours.
You.
Your girl or your man, that. Whatever you
exactly,
have.
whatever you got. If you don't love your significant other, then that's on you. I ain't got no problem. Don't project that off on me.
Exactly.
Because I tell anybody how I feel about my wife. I don't give a damn. So, but and she feels the same way about me. So,
damn right.
So, we ain't worried about it.
I'm just like Cardi B. I'll bite somebody for you, boy.
Come on now. But anyway, y'all.
Better redneck recognize.
For sure.
But you need to subscribe.
Yes.
Hit that notification button.
Hit that notification button. Hit that like button.
That like button. Tell a friend.
For sure, man.
I bite for mine.
Come on now.
Okay.
I will too. I knock a motherfucker out. But anyway, don't get me started. But anyway, yeah.
Scan the QR code.
Scan the QR. Oh yeah.
Send us some topic ideas. You have anything you want us to talk about?
That's what I was about to say. Yeah. hit that email, melanated@yahoo.com. You know, come up with a subject or anything that we want to talk about. Have some critique. You know, let us know.
Absolutely.
There's a QR code. It's on the screen now. So scan the QR code, listen to previous shows and whatnot, and we're going to be coming up with some merch here pretty soon. So look out for that. That's going to be cool. I'm going to put that up on a YouTube channel. And if y'all want to buy some merch, knock yourself out. I would love it. So
get you a Melanated Thought shirt. I got one. You should have one too.
No doubt about it, man. We going shirts, hoodies, all that. But anyway, y'all know what time it is. I gotta go grab.
Time for me to go grab my mother.
I gotta go grab my wife's booty. You know how that go, y'all. Yeah.
Well, I'm Reggie O.
I'm Reggie O, damn it.
And I'm Mimi the Lady.
And we out.
Bye.